Good morning and welcome to your Prequent. Here we are. Holiday Prequent is officially here on a Thursday. We are Klein Alley Show.
Kicking the Prequent off early.
Oh, man, something's wrong with the board.
Cool.
I blame Kevin Ryder for this one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hear from Jake right now. Or maybe that's a good thing. You know what? Thank you, Kevin Ryder. We can't hear from Jake.
Beautiful. This is all we ask.
The greatest. I was like, wow, this guy is a Hall of Fame broadcaster coming back to KROQ, and he's figured out a way to make it so Jake's nerd hole can no longer pipe into the main studio.
Let me get in here and press the most important button.
God damn, he's a hero. Well, anyway, you got Allie over there, you got Klein here, you got DJ Omar Khan right there.
Hello.
You got Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa in the back, although they technically can't speak to us either right now because they're all coming through the same janky-ass microphone that Jake talks to us from. So regardless, here we are, kind of together for right now. Decent show planned for you today, believe it or not. And I am blown away. The news I heard this morning when I walked in here, I am, to be honest, completely shocked about, Allie.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought yesterday we had an impact on you. I thought
there was an impact, but then I got the phone call and I was like, no.
I'm really blown. I really thought...
Wait, how were you?
I was like,
that's how idiots think to themselves.
Whenever I see a picture or a video, the kitty's like,
Yesterday, there was a full-blown intervention on the show about your plan to become a crazy cat lady. You were going to go from 1 to 3.
I did FaceTime her last night.
You listened to me. You listened to your mom, who got involved, and she said, "What the hell are you doing with yourself? You're a young kid. You don't need this chaos in your life."
Yeah, but it's not. It's great chaos. You know better than anybody that a little chaos is fun. And you know what? There are a lot of animals that need homes out there. There are a lot of shelters that are overrun with animals. And if we have a loving, slightly chaotic, and a little dirty home for them, then so be it. We picked up the cats last night. That's what happened. They're here.
She got them.
I got them.
Our pep talk of at least think about it for a few days was you went the opposite way completely. And you went out last night, and you went and got cats. Well, and now you are officially a crazy cat lady.
She said, I never do this, but they're technically fine to go home, and I usually go to the person's house to make sure that it's a good home for the
These
cats.
kittens are a nightmare, so get them out of here now.
But she said, she was like, I just can't do it anymore. And she said, I'll make an exception this time. I think really it was because of traffic and the distance.
Yeah. Probably
I'll make an exception. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to come out here. I get it.
Every time she's dropped off a cat at anyone's house that'll take them, I'm sure it's, quote, an exception. I don't think she's ever played by the rules. But anyway, congratulations. Allie's family has tripled in size overnight.
I'm very tired, and I didn't really anticipate my allergies were going to be so much worse.
Oh, great. Well, today will be a fun show. We'll be sneezing all over each other. We're going to hook you up with tickets. We'll get into everything we have in store for you. It's going to be a decent one, and we'll get into it after this.
I'm not afraid of the war you've come.
Linkin Park or Incubus or Blink-182 or the Offspring, you can go ahead and select which mission you'd like to go on. That'll be coming up later this morning as well. Jake suggested yesterday that I tell my kids that instead of having the summer off, I will enroll them in summer school. I did give them that information yesterday.
Nice.
It did not go great, and I ended up in the most amount of pain that I've been in a long time.
Oh, no. Did you get beaten?
So we will play that for you a little bit later this morning as well in a new round of Klein's Kids Hate Him, the most violent round of that ever. So
they are getting very physical.
Very physical, and I don't like it at all.
Until it's like a Jerry Springer moment, then it's cool again.
I think you guys will have a good laugh at my expense later this morning, so we will get into all of that, and in honor of this viral video that perhaps you've seen, local dog fought off 5 coyotes at the same time. Amazing story. Probably one of the coolest dog videos you could have, and if you're the owner of that dog, you're thinking to yourself, man, my dog is badass.
Totally.
We will give you an opportunity to share the stories of a time that your dog was either heroic or the coolest thing your dog has ever done. Because even those dogs, like Omar's dog, who he thinks is a total dud, occasionally they will do at least one thing where you go, man, that was cool. Well, most dogs, other than Omar's dog, every other person that has a dog's got that one story where you're like, man, my dog is the coolest.
Well, look, your dog had the dog humping moment.
Hey, 10 million strong. F that Spider-Man pillow. I mean, so much so that it's a bit of a celebrity now. Dog gets recognized in the streets.
Yeah, and this dog not only fought off 1 coyote, but it was 5 coyotes simultaneously. I mean, it was like superhero being surrounded by bad guys status.
Yeah, we'll post it up on the socials at Klein Alley Show if you'd like some visual stimulation to go with what you're hearing right now. We are live streaming on YouTube as we speak, so you can find us there. You can also get on the socials at Klein Alley Show. Right now, though, we got $100 of Alley's cash up for grabs, and if you'd like to claim it, all you got to do is get on the phones, 800-520-1067, 5 questions about the news. Answer them better than Allie does, and she will pay the people, and we do that after this on KROQ. On a Friday of Coachella, where you'll see that band right there, Green Day. And if you did not win tickets a moment ago, fear not. We have another pair we must give you before we get out of here in about 30 minutes. So between now and that pair of tickets, we're going to talk about some of the Coachella food. We've got some of the limited edition Coachella drops and collabs that are happening in our studio right now. And to help us go through this all, a man that you have seen many times, very jealous when I look at the How Kev Eats videos on Instagram, because he's always in his car, he always looks very comfortable, and he's shoveling food into his mouth, and he's traveling around the world eating food. And I don't know if you are the biggest, but you are definitely probably one of the biggest LA-based food review guys out there, right?
I would say so,
Are you bigger than Grubs with Greg? He works down the hall, so you can talk smack if you want to.
Listen, numbers don't matter. We're all out here doing what we love.
So you're crushing them. That's what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, all right. You heard it here first. How Kev Eats is now. He's going to try some of the food and show us how a professional review goes, and then Postmaster Johnny has got the shot collar. Where's the shot collar, Johnny?
Oh, it's right here.
Okay. He's going to put the shot collar on at some point, and then he will do a review the way we do food around here, which is the high voltage style. In all of your food reviewing videos, have you ever used electricity to help?
I have not.
No. It seems stupid, doesn't it?
It seems a little wild, but no judgment.
All right, fair enough. And I want to ask you, because I found recently I saw this new app, and this is something that I think a lot of people, we do a thing on the show called the Dank Tank, where people pitch us their ideas. Mm-hmm. And this feels like a idea that everyone has had before. An app that could help you keep track of all of the places you've eaten delicious food. So if you're super drunk and you had a great street taco, you don't forget where you got that street taco. But you took it to the next level. The app's called the Biter app, and you're a partner in this. And how did this whole thing happen?
So basically, I had this idea a long time ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I wanted to create kind of a map of all of my ratings, including my scores. And I went back and forth. It was originally supposed to be a website just for my own stuff. And then a middle school friend of mine, shout out Austin Mills, was like, hey, my friend has a really good idea for a food app.
He's currently in middle school, or he's a friend from middle school?
No, he's grown up now.
Okay, good. I was going to say, that's a real problem. Yeah.
And then we basically get on the phone, and this guy, who is now my co-founder, Daniel, he proceeds to explain my own idea to me for 15 minutes. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then we ended up becoming partners, and now it's the Biter app.
So the idea is pretty much if you follow any of these people that are doing food reviews, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you're like, oh, man, I forget where it was. But someone had the best piece of cake or the best cheesesteak or whatever, you could check out there, and you can just go on a food tour. There's so many good places to eat in L.A. I think it's the best food city I've ever lived in because there's so many different styles where you could, you have crushed sushi, but you could still have an amazing slice of pizza.
Agreed.
And so as a result, you can use the Biter app and help follow along. So if it's you, or if it's Greg, or if it's any of these other guys,
or if it's your dentist who happens to be the biggest foodie, he or she can also go make their own map. Anybody in the world can make their own map, and they can share that map with their friends. And you could be the friend with the best recommendations, or what have you. As well as lists will be there, and a video. If a creator's done a video on it, it'll also be there.
I'm curious because a guy like you that knows this city well and eats a lot of food. I mean, we all eat a lot, but you're probably doubling up because you have to do the content, right? And I'm curious as to if someone's like, I got a visitor coming to LA for 24 hours, and this is a tough question. Mm-hmm. Where are two places that they must eat while they're here for 24 hours?
That's a great question.
Because
for lunch, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
for lunch, I would say you have to go have either Mexican food here, because the Mexican food in LA is amazing. Mm-hmm. So, and don't go somewhere that is a restaurant. Go somewhere that is a food truck or a food stand for street tacos. That's what you want to go get. Or I would get Howlin' Ray's for lunch, because I think some of the best Nashville hot chicken, if not the best, is in downtown LA. And then for dinner, I would say a couple things. There's a big Persian community here, so Sadaf and Encino, it's great Persian food. Or I would go to Anna Jack Thai, which is fantastic. Or my personal favorite Italian restaurant on Highland and Melrose, Osteria Mozza.
All right, so there's some pics from a guy that sits in his car, eats food, and the other question is, this all started when you were just you were really microwaving pizza. You were showing people not to microwave pizza. That was kind of how this whole thing began.
Pizza rolls, yes.
Now, here you are, and ironically enough, we have some of the pizza collabs that are going to be at Coachella this weekend, including a limited that's between Yeasty Boys, the Bagel Truck, and Prince Street Pizza. And this is only available at certain events that are happening in and around Coachella. That's also a collab with Brave Hot Sauce. So they've all collabed on something. Now, meanwhile, for those of you that aren't going to the desert but still want to take advantage of some of the Coachella collabs, there's another collab that's happening between, and this one is one of your favorite places, the Boiling Crab, Prince Street, and this is a Postmates collab as well.
Yes.
And they're doing different types of pizza. So in a moment, you can pick whichever. We've got a lot of food here in front of you. I want to see how a professional, a food reviewer that does this well, does this to millions and millions of people all the time on Instagram, how that would look if you were to go ahead and review one of these items right now. And then Johnny, who's got the shot collar, it's so funny to look how happy Kevin looks, how Kev eats looks so happy. And Johnny, you look so sad right now.
I'm not sad. I'm really excited too, because it's free pizza right in front of my face. But then part of me's like, damn, I really got to get shocked right now, bro.
Yeah, that's right. You are going to get shocked right now. Let's see how Kev eats. Which one of these things you want to try right now?
The pizza bagel sounds really interesting to me.
Okay, so normally this would be you in your car. You'd be doing the review. You got the selfie style, and you're very brutally honest with your reviews, which is what I like about you. You don't BS it. So he's looking at it right now. This is it's a Yeasty Boys bagel with the Prince Street on top. He's sniffing it.
Oh,
he's giving a proper evaluation.
Bagel itself is crispy. Can I eat it?
Yeah, please. This is you're going to show Johnny what a pro does, and then Johnny's going to attempt to replicate this with the shot collar on him. Oh, listen to that crunch.
ASMR.
That's a great crunch right there. See, this is the part you don't see in the videos because he gets to edit out some of the chewing.
It's like eyes rolled back in his head.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, full-on orgasm face when he ate that.
I may have, it's a good thing I wore my diaper today. This is good.
Yeah.
This is really good. This, the bagel itself is super crispy, which is really nice. And the inside, typically on a pizza bagel, the dough on the inside is really dense, but this one's actually very light and airy, which is really nice. The sauce on top, I think, is really what makes it. If you like a pizza sauce with a lot of oregano and garlic, this will be right up your alley. I do think the one bad thing about this is that it's a little cold, unfortunately.
Well, yeah,
but
of course.
we're in a studio.
Yeah, they brought it here an hour ago.
So
that's
it's
on
fine.
us. That's on us.
Dude, for an hour wait, this is fantastic.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's how a pro does it. Now, Johnny, In a moment, the shot collar is on you. We need people to give us words. Johnny's going to attempt to eat. I think you're going to eat one of the collabs with the crab on top. There's a couple of different collab pizzas that are going on through Postmates, but Johnny is going to try the collab pizza. We need 5 words. If Johnny says any of those words, we call them buzzwords. We will shock him with electricity, and we will slowly raise the voltage. So by the end of the review, you're getting like 50 volts. Yeah, crack it. Feel free. Go nuts right there. That's you can have that.
What is this?
No, don't worry. We'll talk about that off there. This is KROQ with Klein Alley Show. All right, let's go ahead and pay the people. It's KROQ. It's Klein Alley Show. It is Thursday. The Prequent is here. No better time than right now to take some money from El Cheapo over there. She's got $100 up for grabs every morning, and it can be yours. And all you have to do is answer some questions about things going on in the actual news. Score better than Allie. She pays the people, and we do it right now with, let's say hi to 646. So people all over Southern California want a piece of your money. Hello, who's this? Good morning. Rocco, you're battling Allie this morning for her money. Have you ever played Allie Knows the News before, Rocco?
I have not, but I listen every morning on my way to work.
All right, beautiful. And usually, how do you do while you are listening, answering in your head? Are you beating her or no?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
But I'm trying.
All right. Well, today could be your day. All that matters is the day that you actually call in to compete. Hopefully, we pay the people. Allie will sequester herself outside of the KROQ studios.
Right.
She's leaving. Your round of questions will begin in moments. Get your thinking cap on, and here we go.
Allie Knows the News.
Rocco, question number 1. 100,000 pounds of illegal what was seized from a business in Los Angeles County?
Weed.
Go to question number 2. This iconic SoCal road is set to reopen tomorrow just in time for some holiday travel.
PCH.
Question number 3. OnlyFans is trying to save endangered species by releasing what type of content?
Oh, my God. Something from the zoo? The zoo.
Something from the zoo. Go to question number 4. This KROQ band has announced that they will have their next album called Breach, Let's Finish This. Which KROQ band has announced their next album will be called Breach, Let's Finish This?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Say that again?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, I guess?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. And finally, Apple is making a 5-part documentary about this legendary director. Which director is going to get a 5-part documentary about them?
I have no one in mind.
Think of the legendary directors.
Is Soderbergh somebody? That's the only word that comes to mind.
Soderbergh. All right, I'll write that down. Steve Soderbergh. All right, bring Allie in. We'll score it together. Don't say anything else. It's a lot different when you're listening in your car than when you're playing live on the air. And, Allie, you're battling Rocco right now. Rocco wants your money, understandably. Other people listening want your money, and you'll have another chance tomorrow with a Pick Your Poison Friday edition of this exact same game with all new questions and potentially a new person that you'll be playing. Allie, here we go. Question 1. 100,000 pounds of illegal what was seized from a business in downtown Los Angeles?
Whenever it's that many pounds, it's got to be weed.
He said weed as well, because you guys are playing the pound game. But what you didn't think about is we are officially getting into gunshot or fireworks season, and it was 100,000 pounds of illegal fireworks.
Those are heavier.
No one gets the point. We move on to question number 2. OnlyFans is trying to save endangered species by releasing content of what? What type of content are they releasing?
Of them humping?
Of what?
The animals.
The animals humping. They are releasing, to try to raise money, mating videos of animals. Mm-hmm. He said zoo stuff. I will accept his answer as well. What? He said zoo stuff.
You cannot accept zoo stuff as an answer.
Rocco, what did you mean when you said zoo stuff? What did you mean, Rocco?
Sorry, I was on with Vanessa for a second. What was that one more time?
What did you mean when you said zoo stuff for your answer in the OnlyFans question?
Like content from the zoo, like endangered species. They're putting them up online so people can see them more. So you get excited about
I can't accept that. You're right, Allie. I'm sorry. He didn't say the same thing.
He said more specifically zoo stuff.
Zoo stuff. Well, Allie's gets the point on that one because it is actually videos of animals having sex with each other. Very funny.
Which, if you ever get to see that at a zoo, you're like,
wild.
whoa.
It's so exciting. It's so rare that ever happens. So rare.
And then you have to explain it to a kid.
I don't know why they don't.
Why is he hurting her?
Why they're not pumping pheromones into those cages? I bet you zoo population would skyrocket.
There'd be no more endangered species.
No, and more people would go to the zoo and buy the kettle corn and everything else. If you were guaranteed you're going to watch animals banging, that would be awesome. Banging zoo, great idea.
The zoos should be run by OnlyFans models.
When I went to the LA Zoo for the LA Zoo After Dark, I thought that's what it meant was happening. I was like, oh, let's go. I got tickets to the Zoo After Dark. I thought that's like it meant like all banging.
All these animals are sleeping.
And all it was like a bunch of lights, like Christmas lights. I was like, these animals are still not doing anything. Question number 3, Allie's up by 1. This iconic SoCal road is set to reopen on Friday just in time for holiday traffic.
Yeah, the PCH.
He got that as well. PCH reopening. So Allie is still up 1 with 2 questions left. Question number 4. This KROQ band has announced the name of their next album, which will be called Breach. Let's finish this. KROQ band, next album, Breach. Let's finish this. She says Blink.
Sounds blinky.
He said Red Hot Chili Peppers. The correct answer is 21 Pilots.
I knew they did have an album.
No one gets the point, and we go to this final question. Apple is making a 5-part documentary about this legendary director.
Steven Spielberg?
I thought he said Soderbergh. She said Spielberg. The correct answer...
You mean Soderbergh?
He said Soderbergh. The correct answer is Martin Scorsese. Yeah. No one gets the point. Well, Rocco, you put in a decent effort. You were brave enough to call. Allie still beat you, and what must you shamefully admit? Go ahead.
I'm Rocco from LA, and Allie knows the news.
Keep trying, Rocco.
Next time, maybe next time, you'll have a shot at it. Tomorrow, that same $100. Maybe Allie doubles it because it's a holiday weekend.
Sure.
Whoa, really?
I feel confident.
Tomorrow morning, she's going to double it. $200 up for grabs, and you can battle anyone on the show. Which means if you go against Omar and he throws it so that Allie's forced to pay you $200.
Look,
what a way
this
to
is my generosity, Klein.
What a way to get into the holiday weekend.
Choose me, people.
Choose Omar. Don't go against Jake. He'll claim he's the ace and he won't lose.
I am the ace.
Because he's, quote, undefeated.
All right. Don't be a douche. Play fair.
You pick anyone tomorrow, right around this time, and we will probably throw the game to give you $200 of Allie's money.
All right. Take backsies.
Nope, can't do it. There's no take backsies on this show, as we've learned the hard way many, many times. 106.7 KROQ. Good morning. Klein Alley Show. 605 Klein, please stop talking over the music. Oh, well, I shouldn't have read your text over the end of that song.
Oops.
That is me doing exactly the opposite of what you asked for. If you need us, you can interact with the show lots of ways. You can call us live at 800-520-1067. Join us on the socials, Klein Alley Show. Or perhaps you want to become a netbanger, even if it's just for the day, by interacting with the chat that's happening on YouTube right now, KROQ's YouTube page. One of the very cool things about working at KROQ, which I always thought happened when, I listened to the station for many years before I worked here, you never knew who was going to stop by, random pop-ins from, rock stars, sometimes just random celebrities would just walk into KROQ. A lot of times they were confused because I think there's an orthodontist upstairs a few floors up.
Oh, there is?
I think so. I got stuck in the wrong elevator one time and I got off and they're like, welcome to the dental office.
Cool.
And I was like, wait, that's crazy. I'm on the wrong floor. But yesterday we were having a meeting and we were sitting around and Kevin Ryder was here and Megan Holiday and the boss. And all of a sudden, a knock on the door, and Shirley Manson and Butch Vig of Garbage walk into the room. And she kind of looks around the room, and she goes, "Oh, Kevin."
Okay, I don't care who it is. I want it to stop.
That's what she said. That's exactly what she said.
And Kevin Weatherly was like, "You're right.
You're right.
Shirley.
We all want,
fire them.
We all want this meeting to stop." And she goes, "Oh my God, Kevin, so good to see you." And I am thinking to myself, that's crazy because I don't remember meeting her, but I think we said hi to each other at Acoustic Christmas a few years ago. I can't believe I had such an impact on her.
What a memory.
And I stand up to give her a hug because she's got her arms out as if she wants to hug and say, "So good to see you." And I realized pretty quickly she is not talking to me at all because she sees Kevin Ryder's back at KROQ.
There are two other way more important Kevins in this room.
Oh, yeah. I am the third. To be the third most important anyone in the room sucks. To be the third most important Kevin in the room is even sadder. So she goes and steps kind of right through me to give Kevin Ryder this big hug. Clearly, she loves the guy.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful moment. I'm sitting there humiliating, it's embarrassing. You were talking about this the other day, Ali, but even when it's not a famous person, just a regular person that you think is like waving at you and you kind of wave back or something and then you realize they're not talking to you at all.
Oh my God. It happened to me in a hair salon. Everybody heard it.
Yeah, it's humiliating.
I was like, "Hi." And then everyone was looking around like, "What?"
Right. No one's
talking to you, and it's embarrassing. But it's more embarrassing when you're in front of a legendary band.
Right. So she gives Kevin Ryder a big hug, and then she talks for a little bit about things, and I am reminding her how great it was, how we still quote her speech, that clip Omar just played, her yelling at the audience at Acoustic Christmas from a few years ago because some people got into a fight in the front row.
And it reignited her anger. She was like, "I was so effing mad when that happened."
Do we not have enough going on in the world without some aggro in a Christmas party?
Great.
She goes so mad, and she remembered it. I mean, I think these people play like thousands of shows a year. She couldn't remember this, and she's like, "I was so angry."
Yeah, I know. And then she said her niece showed it to her, this video, and was like, "You're a meme. Like, you're embarrassing me."
Yeah. She said that.
She was like, "I'm so effing sorry."
Yeah, she said her niece is running around showing the video of her aunt, I guess, yelling at people at the show. And then she went on to explain to us that a few years before that, she played a KROQ Weenie Roast show, and I guess fell off the stage and injured her hip. Completely,
both hips.
Destroyed her hip. So she was explaining how KROQ owes her, significant damages for all of the time she's hurt herself at KROQ shows. And then she was leaving and going into the studio to hang out with Nicole for a little bit, and she goes and turns back towards I thought me again and says, "Great, so good to see you, Kevin." And then I stand up again to say, "Great to see you." And that time she was talking to the other Kevin, which was Kevin Weatherly, the guy who runs the radio station. So both times I stood up to think that she was talking to me, and she was not talking to me either time.
I know. I was so thankful to be the only Allie. No one said my name. I was like, I'm just going to stay seated.
Super humiliating both times. And then even on the way out one last time, she's like, "And good to see you." And I thought there was no name, but waved in my general direction, and that was also to someone else. I think that was Megan Holiday.
Well, it is always awkward when there's a group of people, but like two two of them know each other super well and are doing this really big hug.
Yeah.
And then they feel obligated to give a similar hug to the other people in the group. And some of them, she had never officially met me either. And it was like supposed to be, oh, well, let's hug, even though we've just met. And I feel bad that you have to pass that hug along to everybody because you started the hug train.
Yeah, it's no different than with you're with a friend and then they run into a friend that they like a lot more. They haven't seen in a while and they have a huge reaction. They're like, oh, also, this is my other pal who's here. You're like, hey, I'm just here.
Hi.
So anyway,
I'll just stand here.
One of the many uncomfortable moments that happens in the halls at KROQ on a regular basis.
Hey, this is Shirley Manson. I'm just calling to say thanks to Kevin because he was so nice yesterday. And then the other Kevin, he was totally cool also.
Great.
That other dark-haired guy, I don't know who that was. He kept seeking my attention every time I said Kevin. He was acting really weird.
Okay.
Yeah, that dude, man. You need to fire that guy.
Okay, thanks.
I don't have patience for this.
I hear you. You're saying what we're all thinking. Thank you, Shirley Manson. So,
she's the best.
Another fun day. Another fun day. Did Allie do Shirley's impression? She does to Shirley. She did. Allie did do the impression to Shirley.
Actually, I kind of did.
Yeah.
Because I said we play your clip all the time.
She said, make it stop.
I want the to stop.
Allie, remember that burger controversy we got ourselves involved in? It was the billboard that went up as kind of a trolling billboard where we all universally agree In-N-Out is great. We love it. It's the best, and anyone who says otherwise is usually just trying to be combative, or they're just trying to be go against popular opinion. But the reality is, the lines don't lie. The consistent quality doesn't lie. It's just the best. We all love it. We've got our own order, and I've always said this over and over again. The best In-N-Out is the one by LAX, where apparently the Netbangers hosted a private function for all the YouTube viewers to go and hang out together at Klein's favorite In-N-Out, where you get to watch the airplanes land and the In-N-Out.
That's the Kevin number 3's legacy.
That's all I got. And then the Habit Grill put up a billboard trolling saying we were voted #1 burger by readers of USA Today newspaper, which is such a joke because what the hell is that? And how many readers are there of USA Today newspaper?
Well, and aren't they all about their partnerships? Like we're partners with Habit Grill, so guess what? They're #1 on this list. Yeah, it's very skewed.
Right. I think if you pay to advertise, you
can be #1 on any list.
#1. We should actually do that as well, just so we can put up a bunch of fake billboards. So then we put up a billboard defending In-N-Out. In-N-Out saying number 1 is overrated, from the number 11 morning show in Los Angeles. In-N-Out's always better. And In-N-Out was really appreciative of that. So recently, this just came out yesterday, but according to Yelp, and I think Yelp matters, and over 100,000 reviews from random people, In-N-Out is the favorite hamburger by far, which is something we've always said, and we all knew it. I mean, that was the thing. It's not even close. It's not even like a. Sometimes you go, well, some people argue this is better. I could see why there would be arguments about certain things, but when it comes down to that, it's not even like a discussion that needs to be had.
I think that Yelp can be trusted in this way because while the reviews can be very skewed on Yelp, Yelp loves to tear down a chain and be like, I don't know what the hype is. This place is, they can tear down somebody off their high horse, and to have them still reign supreme and be number 1 in the world of Yelp, where people love to pick each other apart and get pissed off about the most random stuff.
The reality is that I've had so many visitors, and I've lived in LA since 2006. I've had so many visitors that have come out here from the East Coast particularly, and I've been there for their first In-N-Out experience. And it has never been, oh, you know what? I actually, this was way more overrated than I thought or something. It's always been like, wow, you guys are not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, everyone has had a reaction of like, oh man, that is good. Like,
see, the first time I had In-N-Out, I was like, this is good. I don't know how to compare it to, I wasn't blown away, but then the next day I wanted it. Yes. And I was like, got it.
That's where the addiction starts.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I'm craving this burger. And I don't really crave things like that. So the fact that I was craving an In-N-Out burger so soon after having my first one told me everything I needed to know.
I had a new low recently where I went, and then my kids think it's great when I get the puppy burgers for my dog as well. And on the drive home, I ate the puppy burger for myself, and they don't salt those burgers. That's why they're puppy burgers. They don't add seasoning. They're just it's just ground beef. It's for a dog. And I ate the puppy burger while I was driving home, and then had to pretend to my kids that they were out of the puppy burgers. I was like, they ran out of puppy patties.
Something you should not tell people.
Yeah, that isn't going to taste at all.
No, but I ate it anyway because I was smelling the In-N-Out. That's why I've said I don't know the kind of person that has the self-restraint to order something at a drive-thru and not eat it.
Sad man.
You ate a dog patty?
Yeah, well, you can eat it. It's human grade.
I
mean, it's not.
Definitely lead with that.
It's not like Omar when he ate the dog.
You can eat it.
Yeah, but Omar ate real dog food before because he got confused by the
but I
packaging.
unknowingly ate it. You ate this thing knowing it was meant for dogs.
Right.
And I'm sure his food was human grade too.
Yeah. Just because humans can eat it doesn't mean you should. This is not a theory you need to continue to test.
By the way, you take a bite of that patty and notice that it doesn't have any flavor, then you just stop.
No, but I didn't stop. I
Why?
finished because I was smelling. Because if you smell the other In-N-Out, you
then
can
grab your burger, man, and take a bite out of that goodness.
I know. Why? If you're going to eat something on the car ride home, you either eat the fries or you eat your own burger.
I ate some of the fries too.
Okay.
But I mean, but
it wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough, and I didn't want to dig in and make a mess of myself. Drop the spread all over my lap. I've done that before. So the puppy burger is a nice, clean thing to eat. But I was thinking to myself as I was driving, eating a burger that was meant for a dog. Is this one of my saddest moments?
Well, Klein's the new I Eats It guy.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. That's I take it on.
Klein eats it.
Yeah, Jake's no longer.
Whatever, I eats it.
I'm the I Eats It guy now, apparently. Great. Jake and I are trading lives. Jake, we may have to do that swap where I move into your shack and you move in with my family.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Presenting tips to prepare for KROQ's 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown this weekend. Gather your favorite photos and music memories. Share them with your pals. It's more fun that way. Snacks? Check. Fizzy drinks? Check. Don't forget the napkins. A well-fed listener is an attentive listener. It's the top 250 songs from the last 25 years on the KROQ 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown. Stay tuned for more.
Did you hear about that free grub?
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. That's Joe. We'll be performing at Coachella tonight. We got another pair of tickets to give you to Coachella before we get the hell out of here today. And in our studio right now, smells great in here because we got a bunch of the food that will be available at Coachella, some of the collabs that are happening. Obviously, people go for the bands and the hang and the fashion, but the food, it's real deal. And we got some of the collabs in here from Prince Street Pizza and Postmates, and some of the collabs between Yeasty Boys and Prince Street as well. And some of these available general admission area, some VIP only. Regardless regardless, you will see these, I'm sure, all over your Instagram by the end of the weekend. In a moment, we'll do the high voltage food review with Postmaster Johnny. We just saw how Kev Eats does a review. This guy is, as you know, all over the place. Check out his new app called Biter, where you can follow some of your favorite food reviewers and also just keep your own list together. Similar to if you're sharing like a Spotify playlist with a friend or whatever. Same exact thing for places you like to eat around LA and other places as well. So we got that going for us. You can watch this on YouTube. I recommend you check out the YouTube right now. We're streaming live as we speak. And in a moment, we're going to give Johnny these 5 buzzwords for the high voltage food review. A lot of them coming through on the text line. Kev, I'll give you the first word. What is the one word that if Johnny says during his review of the Boiling Crab Prince Street Pizza collab slice, if he says it, we will shock him with the electricity?
It's got to be either salty or garlicky. One or the other.
He won't know garlic. I don't even think he knows what garlic is.
Let's go
salt,
with
I think he'll probably know. So we're going to do salt. I'm going to say cheesy is the one I'm giving. On the text line right now, yum or yummy, which I feel like he will say a lot. Wet is one of the words that someone wants to say. And that's pretty good. So anytime he says good. He's a simple man with simple words. All right, let's bring him in here. High voltage review! All right, Johnny, you got what did you bring with you? A jar of barbecue sauce?
I brought a jar of Sweet Baby Ray's and some sriracha sauce.
Why did you bring that in?
Just to spice it up a little bit if it tastes good.
You don't need to do that. It's going to taste good.
Oh, I know, but...
Why would you bring other sauces? There's no need for that.
I like to have a little variety every time, right?
Shock him for doing that.
You know what I mean, Kevin?
I'm going to shock you for doing that.
No, wait. It's just good sauce.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop.
Johnny almost fell out of his chair.
I told you, that was hard,
Oh,
man.
really? All right, relax.
Jesus,
Just relax.
dude.
Oh,
my God.
God.
I had my finger on the...
Yeah, you got it on the extra big dog setting, man.
I'm going to move. That's for Rottweiler.
Yeah, I'm a Chihuahua, bro.
Hold on
It's
one
just
second.
shocking people at 9:30 on a Friday.
Jeez.
All right.
Great
It's Coachella Friday. Everyone's in a great mood now. We're going to try some of the food. Now, you saw how Kev Eats does it. This guy's a pro. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, millions and millions of views. This is how a professional does it. Johnny, you're an amateur food reviewer, but you will be adding electricity to make your review that much more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Okay.
this. I have faith in you. You got
Johnny,
it.
Thank you,
whenever
man.
you're ready, grab one of the slices. You're going to start with the crab one?
Oh, that's what's on this, huh? The red stuff?
Oh, boy.
I thought it was like big bacon.
No, you're on the wrong. I don't think that's the right one right there.
No.
Is that the crab one? Hold on, Kev. Which one has he got there?
I think he's got the shrimp one.
Yeah. Go to. Yeah, there we go, Johnny.
one?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You have 1 minute to do a review. Here's your music,
I'm gonna taste it
and
too.
we have 5 buzzwords. Kev's going to taste it as well. He has no shot collar on him though. He gets to give an honest feedback. Some people would say it's a little early in the morning to have a seafood pizza collab, but not the case. It's pretty good, huh?
Very good.
Should we
Yeah.
cheers, Kevin? Should we touch tips really quick?
Let's touch chips,
Jesus,
baby.
Johnny.
There you go.
All right, ready?
Pull that clip. All right, whenever you're ready.
He won't.
Whenever you're ready, Johnny, for your review, it only starts when you start talking.
Okay, here we go. First bite in, and it's pretty good, actually. Ow! Stop! I'm still alive. All right. It's not as cheesy as I thought it was going to be. It's very doughy. Stop! I'm going to get barbecue all over her thingy. Okay. Very crispy. It's very hot too, actually. I like. That's pretty good. I like. Ow! Ow! My neck hurts. My neck hurts. Ow! Stop! Okay.
10 seconds, Johnny. Wrap it up strong.
Poor guy.
It's really. Oh, it's spicy too. It's really spicy. It's really hot, actually. I'm afraid to take another bite. I didn't even put sriracha on it or anything. This one hurts a lot.
4, 3, 2.
Very yummy. Very good.
Why do you just keep saying good, you dummy? Clearly, every time you said good, you've gotten shocked.
A shrimp. For those of you who can't see this, a shrimp just
Flew.
out of Johnny's mouth.
There's shrimp, crab, everything's on the. I don't know.
It's a jambalaya now here at KROQ. All right, well, Kev, how Kev Eats this year as a professional food reviewer. That's the end of Johnny's high voltage food review. As a professional reviewer, you're in a game with it's a very competitive space. How did Johnny do in his first official food review?
Considering he was gonna get shocked and he was that was imminent, he did fantastic.
Yeah, you did good, Johnny. Good job,
My
Johnny.
brother.
Good shit.
Johnny, how do you think you did?
Not as good as Kevin. Oh, stop!
You said good. You said good again.
I didn't know that was
over.
Oh, it's
Poor
over.
guy.
It's over.
Oh.
Okay, it's over. Fair enough. All right, Johnny.
collar on. It's
Thank
still
you. He's still got the
I feel so
collar.
bad, man.
Yeah, wait.
Hey,
One more time.
No.
Oh, I gotta find
Wait.
No, I'm not gonna do it again. Now I feel bad.
My
Now I
hands
feel
are
bad.
greasy. I can't do it.
Now I feel bad.
Get him.
All right, thank you.
Johnny's free.
Johnny's free. Some of the food you can have at Coachella. How Kev Eats. Check out the Biter app, of course. We'll put the link up. And How Kev Eats, how.kev.eats. Instagram, TikTok. And thanks for stopping by K-Rock.
Thank you so much.
In a moment, Jake the Nerd will be in here to hop on the scale. And we'll give you your Coachella tickets in the next 5 minutes right here on KROQ. Thursday morning here at KROQ. Lots to get into today. Remember, get them ideas ready for the return of the Dank Tank. A little round of Klein's Kids Hate Him, and we will do some Man vs. Machine commencement speeches, all coming up later this morning. Right now, though, what is happening in the world, things you should probably know about to get you into your long weekend starts now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
Okay, so this is some breaking A.D.D. news. This is a story developing this morning. There's an emergency situation in San Diego right now. A small plane crashed into a house, or potentially numerous houses, in a neighborhood in San Diego. It was a Cessna plane. This happened just before 4 a.m. this morning, so it's been a really active scene over there. There's a lot of military that lives in that area. There have not been any deaths or injuries reported yet. They don't even know how many people were on the plane. They've spent the morning evacuating people from the neighborhood and securing the crash site for the last couple hours. I'm sure we'll get more updates as the day goes on, but we hear about these little, I know there's been a lot of big league plane crashes to talk about, a lot of plane problems with Boeing, but these little Cessna planes tend to crash way more often. It's just not normal that you would hear them crashing into people's homes, especially locally.
Yesterday was a plane, big plane that I think had to do they were flying to LAX from Hawaii, I think, and they made it halfway back and then had to do a full turnaround because there was a security threat.
Back to Hawaii? Oh, darn.
Yeah, but if you're halfway, I mean, that's not a short flight. You're 2.5 hours in, then 2.5 hours back.
Got it telling you take more vacation.
No, I don't think. You probably have to just sit at the airport while they check the plane for bombs, and then they send you back up there. It's just it's just one of those annoyances.
Yeah.
Long flights becoming longer. I've done that 2 different times. I've done the thing where the pilot has decided either middle of the flight or they couldn't land, and they turn around. I think there was a flight recently from LA to Vegas that couldn't land in Vegas because it was too windy, and they came right back to LA.
I think when it's halfway, no matter what's going on, you do a vote.
Vote. I agree with the vote thing.
Even if it's guys, there might be a bomb. We're not really sure.
Right.
Do you want to keep going or do you want to turn around?
I agree. And
Show
also
of hands.
true for the same for medical emergencies. Same for
anything that happens.
Anything. Just go to a vote. Everyone's got. We have
the guy in 1C died. Show of hands.
Right, and they do. And I think
keep going.
Are you guys cool to keep going, or should we turn around and drop the body? And I think that you have that little button above your seat. You push for the flight attendant, and that's your vote button. Everyone just votes.
That's the eject button.
Yeah, or just do that. Eject that person right off.
Well, because if you're halfway, it doesn't matter whether you turn around or keep going. It's the same amount of time. So what are we doing?
Right. I agree. And that's where the pilot has to make that call up at the front. And
doesn't it screw things up more to go back the way you came?
I would think so. But once again, I don't know how that works.
The pilot's call.
Of course, it's always the pilot's call.
Isn't it done by air traffic control too, maybe?
I mean, sometimes I think that they could make a decision. The pilot goes, do I really feel like going back to my family tonight? Nah, let's go back. Right? That's probably what's going on.
I'll just make my day. Get that sweet overtime.
We were all excited because we were going to do an AMA with an air traffic controller. We were very excited about this, so much so that we actually had the guy on, and we were recording this, and we were going to play it for you guys. And Vanessa could not have been more excited because we've been asking her for this for a while now because there's been so many problems in the sky.
This is so funny.
And the first question we say to the guy is, hey, so what's it like, this air traffic control gig? Are you upset about all the complaints you're getting? He goes, well, technically, my job is on ground control.
So he's the one who tells the plane to make a left.
Yeah, he's the one who only controls the planes when they're going from gate to gate on the ground, and he could answer none of the fun questions we had about air traffic control.
And he was like, but I'm here to spread the word about how exciting my job is. Yeah. And we're like, well, what's exciting about your job? And he was like, all of it.
Oh, yeah.
He can't even.
Sometimes I have to tell the planes to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So if the gate is full, I tell him to go to another gate. And we're like, and Vanessa came in afterwards. She was so proud of herself. She goes, guys, how did the interview go? We go, Vanessa, this air traffic controller you got us
doesn't control air.
Does not control anything in the air. The second the plane gets an inch off the ground.
The most boring part of the plane process.
All he does is the parking of the planes and the moving of the planes from gate to gate. And she's like, are you serious?
Taxiing.
Yeah.
That's what he's in charge of.
But so we're never going to air that, unfortunately. But boy, it was a thrilling 12 minutes we'll never get back in our lives.
Is it really 12 minutes?
It was a long time because we were hoping. We were
trying. We were minding.
And also, he was a nice guy, too.
Very nice. And he was so excited about ground control that we were just like, cool, let's think of more questions.
Apparently, he has to do ground control for many years without an incident before he can be promoted to air traffic control.
Yes.
And we were like, well, can we talk to you then maybe? And he's like, okay, we'll talk again in 10 years.
Exactly. All right. Remember a while back when that guy at the Pirates game fell from the stands onto his neck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He'd gotten up to celebrate a play fell over the railing. I think he fell 20 feet. He broke his neck and his back.
Single-handedly, that made Omar like baseball again.
Yeah, most entertaining thing in baseball.
By the way, that guy's he's okay, but he is recovering, and he just took his first steps this week. He broke his neck and his back. And so they said he still has a long way to go. But anyway, they have charged somebody with a crime in this incident. So this guy, his friend, gave him beer at the game when he was underage. So this guy who fell, he was 20. His friend was 21. They went through all of the surveillance at the game, which must have taken forever, and they found this guy was he bought 2 24 ounces, and he would give one to his friend. So this happened twice. The guy had 2 24-ounce beers before he fell, which...
Rookie.
I mean, it was like he had 2 beers, and I'm like, oh, that's not that much. But 24 ounces is a lot for one beer, and especially a 20-year-old who's not...
It's a beer with high ABV. You know what I mean? Some of those are really strong.
And I guess after the guy fell, you see the guy take the beers and hand them to his girlfriend, and the girlfriend throws them in the trash. But it's like, dude, if you're 21 and your friend is 20, you just consider yourselves the same.
Right, exactly. That's like the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law situation, where it's different than if it had been let's just call it a 15-year-old kid who had some uncle that wanted to be cool. It was like, I'll just get you hammered during the game.
There's 1 year, sometimes months, that are separating these guys. So,
what's he getting charged with?
Selling alcohol or furnishing alcohol to a minor.
Huh.
Yeah.
This is why I don't buy Vanessa drinks out in public. I don't want to get arrested for the same thing.
Oh, she wouldn't be able to reach the railing.
I know.
Boo.
I know. Don't boo me, child.
All right, this is the week. It's the last week for the penny. R.I.P. The United States Mint is producing its final batch of pennies this week. This is the end of the pennies' 233-year run. They expect that we will start to see a shortage in January, which will eventually continue. The registers will start drying up. There's even talk of doing some kind of a program for people to bring in their piggy banks and cash out so that they can get the stragglers out of circulation.
Ching, 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 ching.
And I'm like, okay, so every 7-year-old is like, who has a legit piggy bank
But
anymore?
everyone's got a drawer or a weird jar.
Yeah, like kids do.
Yeah, but I feel like every house, if you go around, it's Jake's big retirement plan. He's got a whole shoe full of pennies.
And it's an actual dead pig that he puts in.
Let's get into a brand new hour of the show. Let's do it right now. Here we go.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, good morning. Welcome to your Prequent. A long Prequent is in your future. No word yet if we bring back the banger bus tomorrow to get you into your official holiday weekend, but we should. It was such a slam dunk the first time we did it. Let's bring it on back.
I don't know if they trust us to do it again.
No. Omar hijacked the banger bus, and the music director...
They want us to play Filter or some BS or Goo Goo Dolls. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we didn't like well, if we're gonna do the banger bus tomorrow to get you into the holiday weekend, we need to have full control over the bangers we play, and it will be.
I got upset because I played an LMFAO song.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, what?
You played.
Come on, are you kidding me? How can I not play that song?
You're playing Sally.
Well,
they're playing Sally.
But for today, we have a decent show planned for you this hour. Lots to get into, including, but not limited to, can humans give better graduation speeches than AI? I would imagine that most of the big celebrities that gave speeches this year probably used ChatGPT to help them write their speeches.
Oh, man, yeah. Some of, the baseball analogies and things that I'm hearing, I'm like, I think that an AI came up with those analogies and you kind of just tweaked it to make it your own.
Because why would you not? I mean, the reality is, you're going to sit around and struggle and stress about what you could say, or you're going to let ChatGPT deliver a pretty much perfect speech, and then you add one little twist to it, and you're like, wow, I can't believe Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is so eloquent when he speaks.
All the graduates used AI to get through college anyway, right?
I mean, just to give you an idea, Allie, we asked ChatGPT, give us a couple of great lines in a graduation speech, and I'm telling you, you're going to get, even just hearing this, you're going to get goosebumps, because it's amazing how, even though this was written by a robot, it really does make you feel like, those moments where you're like, wow, listen, everyone's going to slow clap. This is the speech we got from ChatGPT.
Congratulations. You've crossed a major milestone, not just with a degree, but with resilience, growth, and the kind of grit that no classroom alone can teach. You're stepping into a world full of uncertainty. Yes, but also one rich with possibility.
I mean, it's all the same crap you hear every year, and that was
so cookie cutter. I'm over that BS.
But it was written by a robot. But I bet you.
Oh my god!
I bet you could find that if we were to look hard enough. Unfortunately, we're not going to. You probably could find that exact line said by quite a few celebrities that spoke at graduations. So anyway, we'll get to a little ChatGPT man versus machine later this hour. Can us humans come up with better, inspiring words and advice for graduates than actual robot technology?
Now
Probably
I want to
not.
hear Omar's speech.
Omar's speech going to be, hey, it's all BS.
It is.
Well,
work
we'll
hard, work your ass hard. It's going to suck for a long ass time, but eventually it's going to pay off.
Right. You're going to need 9 jobs just to survive in this world, so get cracking. We got that to get into and much more this hour right here on KROQ. Good morning. Welcome to the Prequend, the long Prequend in your future on KROQ. Johnny, you have 10,000 pennies. How much money do you have?
100 pennies make up $1. 10,000 times 100 sounds like 100,000.
$100,000?
A million. No, 100,000. 100,000. A million's too much. 100,000 pennies.
Means $100,000?
Yes, because we're at no.
Well, once again, I'm going to go back to the question.
Sorry, wait.
The
one more
question
time, please.
is, how much money do you have? His head is about to explode. You can watch his
I'm
head.
locking in right
My
now.
uncle would know this.
You have 10,000 pennies. How much
Okay.
money do you have?
10,000 pennies. 100 pennies make up $1.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I feel like we're just
What
moving
next?
the decimal. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0.
You're adding zeros.
Yes. Let's go a million. 1 million.
You have $1 million.
A million pennies. A million pennies to make up $100.
No,
What are
that's
you
not
saying?
the question.
100,000. Wow, I might be. Well,
God, man.
this is tough.
Allie and her stupid cats this week, and she did officially get 2 more last night. But let's talk about dogs for a second, because they are the superior animal by far.
Excuse me. Cats are extremely resilient, and if you have any kind of a rat problem, they will take care of it.
But
Boom.
the good news is that...
It didn't work for you. You had to call an expert.
Well,
What are
I
you
can't
talking
have my
about?
cats go outside. They'll die.
Right. So not for you, but
'Cause
for other
they're
people,
Very
potentially.
resilient.
Very resilient. They can't go outside. They hit a little sun, and they're all confused. I get it. But this dog is making viral local news because it got into a fight with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 coyotes and won the fight, which is incredible.
I would say there needs to be like Ring doorbell movie awards. Like
I
this
agree.
is one of the best Ring video footage clips I've ever seen.
Yeah, and this story is making the rounds right now.
Yeah, tonight we're learning more about that brave dog who was able to get away. It is now being cared for at a local shelter.
And coyotes, they know how to fight the right way. Like, there's all that talk last week about who would win in a fight, 1 gorilla, 100 men. And they always talk about, well, if the men were able to strategize properly, they could probably beat the gorilla. Coyotes have a way of strategizing properly. They surround the dog. They know exactly sometimes how to make it. They're very good at. They're great at taking animals. Sucks for cat and dog owners because coyotes are really good, especially packs of them. They will surround and they will fight and they will gang up and usually they will win.
Well, you could see in the video the 5 coyotes that are surrounding the dog. The ones that are facing him are like starting to come at him.
Yeah.
And so that it distracts him, while the other coyotes in the back are starting to like flank and come in and start nipping at his legs and grab him. So it's like they all work together. Yeah.
And this dog, survived the fight, and now as a result, it's being dubbed either hero dog or bravest dog ever. I mean, here's some of the footage. But
Micah, Sandy, this dog stayed pretty calm in the face of some aggressive coyotes, as you saw there. But you have to remember, it is breeding season. Coyotes and their pups,
I told my wife that too. It's like it's breeding season. She goes, not for us, it's not. Like, all right.
Coyotes and their pups, they're coming out, they're burrowing, and they're looking for food sources in trash, rabbits, small cats, and yes, dogs too.
Well, you got your small cats just in time.
Oh, that'd be a good little snack.
For breeding.
The little one is only 1 pound.
Oh, man, I'm still so hungry.
It's a showdown between a pack of coyotes and this 1-year-old German Shepherd Lab mix that's getting a lot of attention online. The group surrounds the stray dog. Several lunge at the pup and continue to intimidate him for all of 45 minutes.
Oh my God, it was 45 minutes?
What a battle. And the plan is, let's tire the dog out. Eventually, the thing's going to give up because he had nowhere to go. He was surrounded.
Dude, so he was just out in the front yard unattended for 45 minutes?
Stray.
Oh, he was a
All the
stray.
while, the lab is able to retreat. At times, he appears submissive and calmly fends off the wild animals without injury. Melissa Shatinsky captured the amazing encounter on her Ring camera outside of her Brea home in Orange County.
And it's almost as if he knew how to protect himself.
I mean, of course, that's like in the DNA. The question
It's like dogs have instincts or something.
Yeah, I know.
It's almost like he was protecting himself.
And fight them off and kind of back himself into a corner against that little area there where the dogs were kind of facing him, and one kept going around, but he was able to fight them all off unbelievably.
The dog ended up taking off into Brea Canyon. Shatinsky says she spotted the timid animal again, but couldn't seem to corral him.
Man, she didn't put in a good effort. Let's be honest.
Shatinsky really brought this whole story down.
Yeah. Come on, Shatinsky, step it up.
Eventually, the dog gained enough recognition online, and someone was able to trap him and bring him into Orange County Animal Care.
So now the people are saying this is the coolest thing a dog has ever done. And my question for you is, what is something that your dog has done that is cooler than this? Beating 5 coyotes in a fight. That is
a long fight.
45 minutes was able to withstand 5 coyotes, and also in a very almost strategic, smart way.
Yeah, is your dog badass or heroic? And I wonder how soon this dog's going to get adopted. Everyone's like, I want that to be my dog.
Yeah. So if you got a story and you'd like to go ahead and prove that you have top dog, 800-520-1067. Is your dog cooler than this one that fought off 5 coyotes? What is the most heroic, or potentially the most heroic thing your dog did was not that heroic at all? We'll hear those stories as well next on KROQ.
KROQ listener, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to infiltrate one of these KROQ shows. My Chemical Romance at Dodger Stadium, July 27th. The Offspring at the Kia Forum, August 29th. Incubus at Into It Dome, October 4th. Let's go! Blink-182 at Acrisure Arena, October 5th. And Linkin Park at Into It Dome, September 13th.
That's you cut me open just to watch me bend. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
To choose your mission, you must engage at precisely 0900, 1200, 1500, or 1800 hours. That's 9 noon, 3 and 6 for civilians. Be color 20 and your mission is greenlit. Operation Choose Your Mission is now underway. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Courtesy of Live Nation and the World Famous.
The showdown seen around the internet now involving one dog against 5 coyotes. It's making news. It's making international news at this point.
It's a showdown between a pack of coyotes and this 1-year-old German Shepherd Lab mix that's getting a lot of attention online.
And people are looking at it going, man, that is a cool dog. And the dog has officially now been named Duke and I guess is up for adoption. So a viral dog could be yours. And if you haven't seen the video yet, I think we posted up on our socials this morning. But apparently it is now officially coyote mating season. And as a result, they are out and about more aggressive than normal. And so people are freaking out. And we wanted to hear from you about times that your dogs were either cooler or more heroic than this dog, Duke. Now, just to point out, Allie, a lot of families are starting to freak out going, the coyotes, as we've learned over the past few years, they don't seem to care about humans at all. They are approaching groups of humans going like, we're not scared of you. We will take over. And this is one family that's kind of already freaking out.
The attack is renewing concern among pet owners and parents with young children like the Asfar family.
The Asfar family is not happy about it. That's right. That is a terrible name.
They're really getting choice people to interview.
That should be their biggest...
Like, what was the last lady's name? And then now Asfar?
Everyone's just messing with the news these days.
The Asfar family.
A butt or ass plug.
Thank you, sir. So clearly there's a lot of concern about this.
What's your real name? Fart.
Put on the news, guys. They're gonna
Mr. Asfart.
The reporter fell for our little joke about us being the Asfart family. No way. There's no way they bought it. Yeah, it's on the news now.
Yeah, they said it.
They did it. We got in the coyote story. Turn it on. KTLA. Really? They're going to do the Asfart family joke.
I love that.
So the question for you now is, what is something cooler or more heroic that your own dog did? And can anyone's dog out-Duke the Duke? We say hi to Chris. Go ahead, Chris. What's up? Hi, Chris.
Chris, you're on now. Are you on mute?
Going twice. Chris.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Now we got.
Maybe your dog can save this segment.
Well, yeah. I don't know if my dog was cooler than Duke, but we had a 100-pound Mastiff named Brander in Costa Rica. We live in Costa Rica, and he saved us from a fire. It was actually the week that he died. Before he died, it was like the last thing that he did was he stayed up. Where we live in Costa Rica, we have no trash service, so we have to burn a lot of our trash, unfortunately. And we did that earlier in the day, and we thought we had it out. But by the nighttime, the wind had kicked up, and fire was raging right next to our house. And if he hadn't been like just barking his head off until 10 p.m. at night, we were all asleep in the house. The whole thing probably would have gone up in flames, and we live like an hour from the fire department. So if it hadn't been for Brander, we would have been in real trouble.
So this dog, you believe, saved you from burning in your house in Costa Rica?
I think so, because we had to wake up all of our neighbors, and we had to pull our hoses together, and like we had 3 or 4 neighbors around us that we all grabbed our hoses and connected our hoses and had to put the fire out. By the time the fire department got there an hour later, we already had the fire out. And if it hadn't been for that dog, we would have all been asleep.
For all the people that are claiming on the text line, the most heroic thing my dog did was one time eat one of my shoes. I feel bad because you don't know if you're going to get a hero dog or a total loser dog.
Yeah, I know. But, I also feel like the name you give your dog can say a lot about the dog's behavior. Like Brander sounds like a badass name.
Yeah, you were built for that. Brander. Asfart is a great name for a dog. If you need a good name, go with Asfart.
I feel like the dog would love that name.
Dog would love
Ass and farts, those are my 2 favorite things.
Let's say hi to Oliver. Good morning, Oliver. What did your dog do that was potentially more heroic than this one that is making the news?
I wouldn't really say heroic, but my dog got ran over 3 times, and she ate like a gallon of paint, and she survived each single time.
She ate a gallon of paint?
So much.
That's so much paint.
She drank an entire can of paint, you're saying?
Yeah, like my uncle had like his paint stuff, and she spilled it over, and then like I look over the next day, like it's all empty, and she had like paint all covered around her mouth.
Oh my God, I love that. What a dumbass.
So this dog, quite on the opposite, did not fight off 5 coyotes or save you or your family from a burning house, but it did drink a gallon of paint, potentially saving you from lead poisoning if that paint had lead in it, and was run over 3 times. 3 separate occasions?
3 separate occasions. One time she I go the leash, and the car just straight up hit her going at 20 miles an hour.
Oh.
And when she got back up and then she ran 2 miles back to our house.
Damn. Wow. Well, that's all that paint probably made her like super dog.
What I'm learning is that you're a terrible dog owner.
But also, I feel like, you know, when an animal gets hit by a car, that's terrible. But when the animal gets hit 3 times, you're like, hey, come on, animal.
Right. At that point,
haven't you learned from your experience that maybe don't get hit by a car?
Glenn, what happened to you?
My dog isn't heroic, really, but what it used to do was we have the remote control or the telephone, like on the coffee table, and we could tell it to go get it. And it would get.
Oh, that may be pretty. You trained your dog to be able to go get the remote control and bring it to you wherever you were.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
especially right when you sit down for the day. Like it's the first time you sit in hours sometimes, and then you realize you don't have the remote. And that get up is the worst get up.
It is the worst. And the fact that the dog could learn how to do it, bring it over, and not screw up, and not bite too hard.
Yes,
right. That's pretty
like
heroic,
a gentle
right there.
grip.
That's a great. What was the name of that dog that could do that, Glenn?
Ariel.
What was it?
Ariel. All right. Well, not as heroic of a name,
right,
but
enough.
still pretty heroic.
Manny.
Hey, what's up, guys? I had a chow chow that 3 pit bulls broke into our yard because it had an alley in between, and 3 pit bulls broke in, and he ended up killing all 3 of them.
Whoa!
Big, massive pit bulls. He eventually ended up dying from the injury because he got pretty beat up. But yeah, I mean these 3 giant dogs broke in and he killed all 3 of them. And every time I see the movie Gladiator, that ending always reminds me of him.
Wow,
that's crazy.
It gives me chills.
What was that dog's name? Out of curiosity, Manny.
His name was Foster.
Foster, that's cool.
It's a cool name. You got to give your dog a cool name if you want your dog to do hero things.
818 said Allie should name her other new cat Asphalt.
You really should. I mean, Allie.
We know the name of one, but we're still looking for a name for the other one, and Asphalt is now a top contender.
It's such a great name. I mean, listen to how it even sounds on the news.
Parents with young children like the Asphalt family.
The Asphalt family. All right. They desperately need it.
It's a great bumper sticker.
Felicia, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. What happened?
When I was a toddler, I grew up in Florida, and we had a husky named Sky, and I had toddled over across the street to where there was like a little retention pond lake thing, and an alligator was about to get me, and my dog attacked the alligator, and she died, but she saved me.
Oh, damn. Man, I didn't realize there'd be so much and they died stories.
Yeah, but you know what?
But dying doing something heroic makes it all the more heroic.
Truly, that's the definition of a hero right there. Putting their own life on the line to save yours, and fought the alligator, crocodile, whatever, saved your ass, and you will forever be indebted to that dog. It's It's really wild. Give that dog some love. What was her name again? His name?
Sky.
Sky. Shout out Sky.
Sky.
You're only here today. You're only listening to this radio show and calling us right now because Sky saved your ass. You would have been eaten by the crocodile, no doubt, right?
Alligator. For
Same
sure.
thing, Jake.
Definitely, yeah, there was nothing that would have prevented it from getting me except for her.
See, it's wild when you think, like, we're talking about this now because of the video everyone's seeing this morning, the local dog that fought off 5 coyotes at one time. But every single person, not everyone, a lot of people are talking about how their dog ate their peanut butter and they're mad. But other people are telling stories about times their dogs were legitimate, real deal heroes.
I know. And I think it is the difference between cats and dogs, Klein. It's that dogs will put their life on the line for yours. Cats are like, nah, see ya.
Genesis?
All right. Hi.
Hi.
Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs.
Yeah, my dog's a hero. His name is Churro. And he protects me every single day by protecting me from the crackhead neighbors around the house.
Explain how your dog protects you from your crackhead neighbors.
So we live in South Central, and there's just, unfortunately, a house where there's just a lot of, like, nonsense going on all the time. So when I have to walk him out at night, he's always barking at them, and they kind of know to stay away from him. They even call him Killer.
Cool.
Oh, that's good.
When you get a street nickname?
Yeah, that's Churro. Well, we call him Killer. That's good. It keeps you safe from the crackheads. Well, listen,
that's good. It's a good guard dog.
No shortage. People that claim that they've got the hero dogs out there. In a moment, share with you some audio that will prove why my kids hate me. It was a painful, painful lesson I learned.
Shakedown 1970.
Well, this is a stupid idea, and I don't know why I did it, but yesterday I got peer pressured by Jake the Nerd to see what would happen if I told my kids that instead of going to camp this summer, they would be going to summer school, because it seems like you guys like it when I get beaten up by my own children.
Well, we didn't know that it was going to lead to you getting beaten up. We just knew that it would be uncomfortable, which makes us happy.
This is how it ended.
Hey!
Got it.
All right, now, it starts in a much calmer place.
Sounds like an episode of Cops.
It really does. I mean, we just heard a dog fight 5 coyotes. It didn't sound nearly as aggressive as that.
Totally.
I could be the real hero here. Move over, Duke. It's time for another round of Klein's Kids Hate Him. Here we go.
Klein's kids hate him.
Shut up!
Klein's kids hate him. Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
It's not okay.
I'll kiss you, bro.
Klein's kids hate him.
Fat boy.
Klein's kids hate him.
Yeah!
Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
What?
I want this on your radio. I do not want to do the same on your radio. You are crazy, Dad.
So, anyway, it's been a long journey to get to where we're at now, where they've completely lost all trust and respect in me.
By the way, by the sound of all that audio, whatever you have coming, you probably deserved.
Thank you. Thank you, Omar. Well, they were very excited because they realized that they have less than 2 weeks left of school, and all they just keep talking about, I can't wait to not go to school. I can't wait to not go to school. Hate school. They learned at an early age, just like their dad, that school is not for us.
Yeah, and it's not like you've done anything to change their mentality.
No, I tell them they're right. I mean, sometimes they come home with homework. I go, we don't need this.
What?
I mean, I have to do it. I have to pretend to do it anyway. But I'm not a big.
But you do it.
I try to do it, and then sometimes they get back 2 stars out of 5, and I'm like, I did that. That's crazy.
And it's like basic spelling.
Yeah.
Like it's 5-year-old stuff.
Yeah. So, and I don't even have to do that thing where I write with my left hand to look like they did it. I actually try on it, and they're still like, come on, work on your penmanship, kid. So I decided yesterday I would give them the news that that school was not going to end for them. They were going to continue into summer school, a term that they were unfamiliar with. They didn't even know the term summer school.
Yeah, because, that would be sacrilegious.
When you hear that as a kid.
Summer school?
I did have to go to summer school, I think, 2 different summers. Because and it is a terrible.
Oh, I love summer school.
Terrible news to get.
Why did you like it?
Because I was a kid that got up early, and all my friends didn't get up until 10 a.m., so I stayed busy going to summer school. It was, I didn't have to go. I did it to get ahead.
Oh,
so
my God. Jesus Christ.
My senior year, all I had was electives because I had so many summer school credits.
That's a typical Omar move. Yeah. If you think about Omar's personality, he's always thinking big picture. What can I do now to get ahead later? He's all about pain now, hard now for easy later. That's Omar. Everyone else is going easy now. I'll deal with all the other stuff eventually.
Damn.
So anyway, here is me telling the kids, your school's not going to end in 2 weeks. You're going to go to summer school. Oh, Olivia, Sienna, guess what?
Oh my God, it already is
I got
so
you guys
chaotic.
into summer school. Well,
it's like starts
That's
at
your
an 8.
baseline?
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Hey, Sienna!
It sounds like they're in the middle of rioting against each other.
They had a friend there, and the Knicks game was on in the background. It was not, but it's hard for me to get time with them anymore because you
don't want it.
Because right. I got you guys into summer school. We got in.
What's summer school?
Instead of camp, they get to go to summer school. They can go to school instead of camp for all summer.
Wait, are you doing that?
You can do school all year.
I don't want to.
But you're going to do it. I got you in.
No, but...
You're going to sit in your classroom all summer, no snacks.
Because at what school?
Your school.
I even asked my school to close. The school is all shut down for summer, just camp.
Yeah, but they're calling it camp, but it's learning camp.
No.
So...
I love your improv when there are follow-up questions.
Yeah, I was not prepared for follow-ups. Because they used to not ask follow-ups. They used to just get really upset.
Learning camp.
When I told them that Halloween was canceled for salad night, they just bought it right away. Now, all of a sudden, it's been a couple years now. They already talked to the teacher. They're shutting it down for camp only. So I came up with learning camp, which I thought sounded like the worst camp ever.
Sounds like something you need.
It's probably something I need. I think Omar went to learning camp by choice, it sounds like. Yeah, but they're calling it camp, but it's learning camp.
No, it isn't. No, they're not even doing any learning. I asked my teacher. She's in charge of this.
Well, she just emailed me. You got in. Congratulations to Olivia. She's now...
And then I want to see Dojo message.
So congratulations.
No, prove it. Prove it to us. Prove it. Show us on Class Dojo.
You're speaking like that. So now,
I love her attitude. Show me.
Prove it.
Come on, prove it.
And the problem is she can like read now. So it's...
Aren't you a little proud that she specifically asked the teacher to make sure she would not be learning?
Yeah.
I like how it's a problem she can read.
I know.
In my house, I didn't want that.
Now she's learned to read.
So she's like, prove it. I'm holding up a fake email. I'm actually holding up, I think, an email about today's show from you guys.
She's like, show me.
She's like, show me.
If it's real, then you can prove it. Show it. If it's real, then you can prove it.
You're going to summer school.
Hey, I know it's a joke, stupid man.
All right, now.
God, I understand the pairing now. Sienna's the muscle.
Yeah. She comes in.
Olivia is the mastermind.
Right. She's the brains of the operation, and Sienna's the bronze.
And she's like, get him, Sienna.
Olivia's like, prove it. I can read. The other one can't read. So she just comes up and she's like, I'll just kick your ass.
What she said, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I know it's a joke, stupid man.
So she comes in, and now
we got a problem here. I need to step in.
So.
Hey.
Ow.
Give me.
No.
Quick, prove it.
Ow, what are you doing?
I know how. Prove it. Shut up.
Oh, my God.
So then she grabs the phone.
Are they waterboarding you?
She grabs the phone and runs, because they always know when my phone's out that there's a chance I'm recording now. That's the problem. I got to hide the phone.
What do they do when they get your phone?
Well, she grabbed it, pried it out of my hands, and then ran away. And then when I went to run after her, she kicked me in the foot.
Oh, man.
Which I was not expecting. And
I love
she was
that
wearing
they can get it out of your hands. You have such a weak grip. A 5-year-old can rip it out of your hands.
So then things calmed down about 5 minutes later, and I wanted to just reinforce the fact that they were going to summer school, and this is where it really backfired on me. So, girls, congratulations. Summer school is going to be fun.
You sound so tired.
Why did you see you? I was exhausted.
So it's happening still. It's been broken down.
I just recovered. I put the ice pack. So, girls, congratulations. Summer school is going to be fun. Why did you see you?
He's recording.
Stop yelling.
Stupid shut up band.
Hey.
Got it.
Is that the Mission Impossible movie?
She's like shimmying up the wall.
Got it.
Then she, I don't know what you hear here, but this is then when she punches me right in the balls. This is what happens here. Oh, she just hit me in the balls. She's hit me. It's not funny, Danielle. Sienna, not okay. Ow, man.
You're laughing.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Sienna, it's not funny. You cannot hit Daddy there.
Stop.
You cannot hit Daddy there.
All right, you're going to bed right now.
All right, good night.
No.
Summer school. I thought I got to go to bed.
Good night, summer school, and I'm out.
So that's been around the Klein's Kids Hate Him.
Klein's kids hate him.
Great, thank you. Yeah.
Klein's kids hate him. Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
Thanks. Not okay.
I'll kiss you, bro.
Klein's kids hate him.
That boy.
Klein's kids hate him.
Yeah.
Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
What?
I want this on your radio. I do not want to do the same on your radio. You are crazy, Dad.
Summer school edition of Klein's Kids Hate Him. Quick break. Back in a moment. More show next. KROQ.
You just got 50% less miserable, Klein. Ellie, show. Legally, we can't promise anymore. Mornings on KROQ. Presenting tips to prepare for KROQ's 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown this weekend. Indoors or outdoors, day or night. Create a comfortable listening environment. Chairs, blankets, or even that peculiar beanbag chair from college that somehow survived the move. Prepare fun facts or trivia about the songs and artists. Did you know that one of these hits was written in a laundry room? You do now. It's the top 250 songs from the last 25 years on the KROQ 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown. Stay tuned for more.
Injured. KROQ, if you'd like to join us, win yourself a prize and play some first impressions with Vanessa, the master of many voices, get on the phones now at 800-520-1067 because we got up for grabs tickets to Pulp Rock, Tarantino Pulp Rock, a high-octane live rock spectacular.
And Quentin Tarantino has made some incredible films over the years.
Some of the best.
Some of the best, and some of the best monologues in movie history. Some of the best, most heightened moments with a lot of swearing. But we figured Vanessa would be incredible at replaying some of those.
She's never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie ever. So let's start with that. Never seen one, but she will be recreating some of the most iconic scenes. And you will, of course, if you win these tickets, you'll get to go to the Tarantino Pulp Rock, where you'll get to watch these iconic films and the soundtracks performed live at Cinevita at Hollywood Park. And also, everyone who qualifies, everyone who wins those tickets this week, someone is going to get the VIP experience, including a VIP booth, comes with champagne, snacks, dedicated waiter, waitress, valued at over $1,000. That's the grand prize. So you will have an amazing night celebrating the fine, legendary career of one Quentin Tarantino.
Vanessa has never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Nope.
And she's never successfully pronounced Quentin Tarantino.
That's true. All week, as she's been talking about this prize we have, she's been saying, Quintanana. So we're like, what? You talking about Quentin Tarantino still? She goes, I think so. So we will play you. She's recreated some scenes. She's been working on this all morning long, which is why we had to wait until 8:30 roughly to get this on the air.
She wants time to perfect her craft.
We will play a clip of her doing a scene, and all you got to do is tell us which Quentin Tarantino movie it's from. And if you're able to identify which scene the movie is from, Allie will write your name down, and we'll pick a winner and give you some tickets. All right, let's say hi to Rebecca in Valencia. This is not going to be easy, but if you're up for the challenge, welcome to KROQ. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. We'd love you to win this. Once again, as you know, Vanessa is the master of many, many voices, and we will go ahead and play you the first scene right now from a Quentin Tarantino film as performed by Vanessa. Listen closely. Here we go.
I don't tip because society says I have to. All right, I mean, I'll tip if somebody really deserves a tip. If they really put forth the effort, I'll give them something extra. But I mean, it's tipping automatically. It's for the birds. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're just doing their jobs. Hey, this girl was nice. She was okay. She wasn't doing anything special. What special? What's special? Take you in the back and S your D? I go over 12% for that.
All right. Now, listen, I know this movie.
Iconic.
That is an iconic scene. Only who knows if that'll be performed again if you win these tickets. Do you know what Quentin Tarantino movie that is from, Rebecca?
I am going to guess because I'm also the worst, but Pulp Fiction, is that a
show me Pulp Fiction. No,
Is that
is
a
not.
thing?
Pulp Fiction is a thing, but that is not a scene from Pulp Fiction, which is too bad because it is a quite iconic scene, Allie. I'm going to play you the actual scene right now, and then we'll go to the next one. We have multiple scenes to share with you. I don't want to give everyone the opportunity to guess that one, but this is that actual scene took place from one of the, I believe, the first. I think it was the first Quentin Tarantino movie ever.
Really?
I believe so. It was the first one I think I ever saw, and it was this scene from Reservoir Dogs.
I don't tip because society says I have to. All right, I mean, I'll tip if somebody really deserves a tip. If they really put forth the effort, I'll give them something extra. But, I mean, it's tipping automatically. It's for the birds. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're just doing their job.
Hey, this girl was nice.
She was okay. I mean, she wasn't anything special.
What's special? Taking the back and s***ing.
So, I don't know. I think Vanessa and Steve Buscemi had similar delivery.
Yeah, can I just hear a little bit of Vanessa's impression now? Because now that I recall Steve Buscemi's delivery, I would just like to hear a little bit because she got the.
I don't tip because society says I have to. All right, I mean, I'll tip if somebody really deserves a tip.
But you sped up her speaking a little bit.
I'll tip if someone really
right. That's her Steve Buscemi.
If they really put forth the effort, I'll give them something extra. Yeah. But I mean, it's tipping automatically. It's for the birds.
All right. Well, there you go. Beautiful.
It's for the birds.
It's beautiful recreation right there. This is First Impressions with Vanessa. We move on. We say hi to Armando now. Armando, I hope you can get one of these right so we can give away these tickets. Good morning, Armando.
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
Good. I hope you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino. More importantly, I hope you're a fan of Vanessa Tarantino as she is recreating some of these iconic scenes. And here is your scene. Listen closely.
The price you pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negatives, I collect your effing head. Whoa. Just like this effer here. Now, if you son of a bitches got anything else to say, now is the effing time.
All right. Feel like I'm in the movie with Vanessa. Do you have any idea what Quentin Tarantino film that line comes from?
So good. I believe it's from Kill Bill Volume 1.
Let's find out if you're right.
ただ今問題になったことは除きますが
The price you pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative is I collect your head. Just like this here.
やろうと同じようにね
Now, if any of you sons of got anything else to say, now's the time!
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I gotta watch that again.
I didn't think so.
Equally intense. I think Vanessa's version was almost as good. Armando, hold on.
Anything else to say?
Yeah, hers was like if Rosie Perez got the role. But still...
Don't bring up her Chinese heritage.
Yeah. Once again, this was just a clip of Vanessa.
What? Does he look?
Oh, hold on. That's the next one. Hold on. That's the next one. There's too many clips of Vanessa here doing Tarantino to keep track of it all. This was her once again doing Kill Bill just to bring you back to the moment.
If you son of a bitches got anything else to say, now is the effing time.
All right, Armando, hold on 1 second. Congratulations. You got yours right. People, big fans of this game on the text line. I can hear Vanessa recreating Quentin Tarantino films all day, every day. Well, we got one more chance for someone to lock in on this. And what a prize, because someone's going to end up in a VIP booth enjoying a whole night of Tarantino. All right. Let's go to Baldwin Park and say hi to Alex. Alex, welcome to First Impressions with Vanessa. You ready to go?
Sweet Divots, yeah.
Sweet Divots, here we go. This is your final impression. This is apparently a Quentin Tarantino movie as performed by Vanessa.
What? What country you from? What? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, mother effer, do you speak it? Yes. Then you know what I'm saying. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, mother effer. Say what one more goddamn time. He's black. Go on. He's bold. Does he look like a bitch? What? Does he look like a bitch?
Okay. Alex, your final chance to play. It's not a comedy. I guess technically it is now. What Quentin Tarantino film is that from?
That is Pulp Fiction, baby.
That's right.
And by the way, she's never seen Pulp Fiction either. So for her, just in reading these lines, it's the absolute first time she's even heard this, witnessed it at all.
I mean, she can pick up on the performance already, though. I mean, those are the beats.
Listen, you tell me, Allie. Is this Samuel L. Jackson or is this Vanessa? I don't even know anymore.
What? What country you from? What? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, mother... Do you speak it? Yes. Then you know what I'm saying. Yes.
Once again, it's hard to tell where one of them stops and one of them starts.
I mean, my goodness.
It really is remarkable. But regardless, congratulations. You also got yours right, which means two people, Allie, got theirs right.
Does he look like a bitch?
Okay, relax.
Does he look like a bitch?
Okay, Vanessa.
Vanessa, whatever you say. Just calm down. Jesus Christ. Allie, is it Alex? Is it Armando? Who's getting the tickets today?
Congrats, Armando.
Armando, you are going to an evening of Quentin Tarantino. Hold on 1 second.
Unless you kind of already got one just now.
That's very exciting. You will be going to Tarantino Pulp Rock, Live Rock Spectacular, celebrating the iconic film soundtracks Quentin Tarantino at Cinevita Hollywood Park. Hold on 1 second. Congratulations.
Like a bitch.
All right, relax, Vanessa.
Like a bitch.
I don't belong here.
562 texting us in to say, listening to you guys on my way to quit my job. Effective immediately without giving notice. Well, we'd love to hear that live. 562, don't be a stranger. Call the show. Meanwhile, on the text line, I was dreading going to school today, but hearing Klein argue with his kids just made my entire week. Thank you for letting your pain become our pleasure. Yeah, we get all that. Okay, great.
At least you're not doing summer learning or whatever.
It's a learning camp.
Oh, yeah, learning camp.
It's terrible. We'll get into a brand new hour of the show in a moment with a pretty big announcement. Something that people have been demanding is officially going to happen. And we will give you that information in moments. But first, your A.D.D. news starts now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
So, unfortunately, I think this story marks a turning point in America, not a good one. The conflict in Israel, obviously, is very polarizing, to say the least. It's led to countless protests, and now, not only has it become violent here in America, people are now officially dying over it. And this, if you haven't heard this story yet, it's tragic. A Jewish couple was shot and killed outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum near the White House. The couple was in the prime of their lives. Apparently, they were soon to be engaged. They were staff at the embassy. They were apparently very dedicated to open dialogue about the conflict and finding reconciliation for both sides. And they were leaving an event at the museum, and then someone with a gun walked up, shot them, and was shouting "Free Palestine." They arrested him already. He's a 30-year-old guy. He has already confessed, and I guess when they arrested him, he said, "Yes, I did it. I did it for Gaza, Free Palestine." And it's tragic to think how many innocent people have died as a result of all of this. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but then to see it obviously now here in the U.S. is, I think, a big change that, we can't go back from, especially two people who are trying to promote peace and promote productive conversation, which is hard to come by these days. It's just senseless, the opposite of progress.
With this and with everything else that's happening politically, regardless, there's just no one has any ability now to see anyone else's side
I know,
of
that's
things.
what I mean. It's like these people were trying to at least talk.
Right, I know. And
nobody wants to have a conversation anymore.
And everyone is just, it has to be so black, so white, and everyone has to have the most extreme views. It's difficult. And whenever anyone feels anything, it's a little different than how you feel. Regardless, people used to there used to be an exchange of conversation, exchange of thought. Now it's like, don't want to hear it.
Yeah, or you're just so caught in your view and it becomes your world, and then it becomes impenetrable. Like you can't even break through to the other side, and then that's when you start thinking thoughts that, you didn't have before, because it's this like echo chamber that you're in.
It's like Allie with her stupid cats. We tried to talk her out of it. We said, don't get the cats. Her mom
was set in
on.
my ways.
She would not listen, and she's like, nope, I'm not going to be a crazy cat lady, and no one's going to talk me out of it.
And now I have asthma.
Yeah, good for you.
All right, let's give you something to lift your spirits now, a feel-good story about a heroic old woman who fought off a burglar in her home. This happened in Fontana. This guy did that old scam where he arrives as a fake inspector. In this case, it was a water inspector. He had the vest and everything, and then when you get let in the house, you go in and you rob. But this old lady was smart enough to figure it out, and when she did, she fought him.
He pushed on the side of my head, but I was dancing with him. So I went to the bottom of the stairs, and some very colorful language told him to get his caboose back downstairs. He's standing there holding that cane. He turned and went that direction. I saw my pink wallet in his back pocket. So I grabbed at him and pushed him into the door jamb of the bathroom, grabbed my wallet, shoved it down in my pants. It went all the way down by my knees. And started tussling with him.
Jeez.
Who is this? Muhammad Ali?
I know.
Amazing.
She's amazing.
We got to find her and book her immediately. Here's some sound of that.
She's hit me. It's not funny, Danielle. Sienna, not okay. Ow.
That was me. The woman tussled me.
She tussled with him.
Sammy says she ran down the street after him, but he was too fast. So she sat down and called 911. She later found her purse and checkbook were missing.
At the time the detectives located him, he was actually talking to another senior citizen in the Los Angeles area.
They say he has many different aliases, many phony work uniforms, and has been running the same scam on elderly people for decades.
Picked the wrong old person today.
Isn't that crazy, though, that they found multiple uniforms, that he'd been collecting uniforms? Like, hey, all right, what do you got? Yeah, I've got, I've got UPS, I've got the water inspector, I've got electrician, he's got costumes.
Other women need to know not to be foolish.
As for what she thinks of the suspect,
get a life.
She's glad he's behind bars, but
if I had $1 million, I'd bail him out and wail on him.
Oh, my
Damn!
God.
That is great.
I'd bail him out just so I could beat his ass. Isn't that the best?
She's like a lady action star.
So many heroic stories this morning.
Liam Neeson, we should call her.
Oh, that's great.
She should take over. Give her some roles.
All right, every news reporter and AAA report will tell you that Memorial Day traffic is here. Think of how long it normally takes you to get where you're going and then double it. But I wanted to share just a couple of silver linings because it's not all bad news. For one, gas is 30% cheaper this year compared to last year, so at least that's good. And the PCH is reopening finally after the fires. This was a big goal. But it's just important to know that that's not permission to go be a dick and take selfies in the burn sites. Like, don't be a douche. Just go enjoy yourself at the beach and be done with it.
All right, we get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and this is a pretty good announcement. I think that people are going to be excited about this. Something I didn't think would happen, but people were asking for is about to happen. We will give you that news right now.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. Welcome to the Prequend. And for some, a long Prequend indeed. Others are taking off tomorrow. They're like, what the hell? Let's just go ahead and add Thursday. Let's bundle this and turn a 3-day Memorial Day weekend, unofficial start of summer, into a nice 5-day getaway. So if you're heading out of town right now, good for you. Get the hell out of here. If you're sticking around, it's going to be sweet, I'm sure. And apparently tomorrow, as per usual, is the worst time to travel. But we are here together right now on KROQ. I'm Klein. That is Allie.
Morning.
DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper right there.
Hello.
Known by Kevin Ryder as the Turncoat Trader, DJ Omar Khan.
It's true.
And we will, in fact, I'm very excited about this, but we were talking with Kevin Ryder yesterday, who's back at KROQ now in the afternoons. Kevin of Kevin and Bean, 30 years at this radio station. And we invited him to join us for a future Lie Day Friday, because I think a lot of people have a lot of questions for Kevin Ryder about his exit from KROQ, his return to KROQ, relationships with people from the show. Does he really hate Omar? And he has agreed to join us in a future Lie Day Friday right here on KROQ, where we will put him on the lie detector machine. Tomorrow, however, I think it's our good buddy Brad Williams who will be here. Funny man, little man, Brad Williams. Allie and I are single-handedly responsible for giving him the wife and child that he currently has.
Yeah.
And he will be in the studio for some Lie Day Friday. So the small lie detector machine will be coming in here tomorrow for Brad Williams, who will be joining us.
I think my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to is for Brad Williams and John Grogan to meet.
Yeah.
The lie detector guy and Brad, just to see what Brad thinks of John, Mr. Personality, and how that goes.
So if you're not already following along, watching us on YouTube, you could do that now so you're ready to go for tomorrow's fun Lie Day Friday, the return back on KROQ. This hour on the show, lots to get to. Man vs. Machine, commencement speeches, we'll do some of that. The Dank Tank is back to get your ideas and turn them into high profit. But we start with some great news. Vanessa, a few weeks ago, shared with us what she believed to be the greatest hero in all of our lives, and that is the load towel.
Tiny towel.
And
you continue to call it load towel.
Okay,
well,
thank
you said it, Vanessa, not us.
Recruit Sienna.
And Vanessa said that when we decided we were going to make a bunch of load towels,
tiny towels
for the show, she said, "What is it called, Vanessa?"
Tiny towel.
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
She said that she refused to allow us to make tiny towels
with her face
on them.
And I understand why.
Understood. Then yesterday, we found out that not only was this company willing to spend $1,000 to make these things.
They even said, sorry, we could only spend $1,000.
No, this company doesn't spend $1,000 on anything. We haven't had working air conditioning all week.
I'm sorry, we can't get you more.
And for some reason, they are so excited that we will be having our very own branded Vanessa Tiny Towels.
Yeah, but Vanessa, do you want to explain what you agreed to?
This negotiation was wild because...
Well, first, I had to agree to having everyone have a tiny towel of their own. I can't speak. And I guess that cost too much, so...
Let me translate what she's saying.
Thank you,
She's
Klein.
saying that she was not going to allow us to use her image on the tiny towels, but if we made a series of tiny towels that had all of our faces on them, she was okay.
Like a Johnny one, an Allie one,
right,
and
you
Jake
could get
one.
your own tiny towel. Pick your poison. Everyone loves a tiny towel. And you use it for car wash. There's a million ways to use a tiny towel. It's not just for...
Mostly drying your whole body.
Right.
Mostly
for that. Not for loads or anything like that. But Vanessa then was told that it would be too expensive. The company was not going to put all of our faces on these
and
towels.
this was a chance for Vanessa to fight for herself and negotiate.
Right.
And then she explained what the decision was.
So then Seki, shout out to Seki, he's like, we can do 150 Vanessa towels and 150 show towels, but you're missing in that one. It's going to be the rest of them in the other towel.
Right.
And I was like, whatever, it'll make them happy. It'll make you guys happy, but just know that I'm not happy. So I hope everyone is happy.
So coming soon, pun intended, you will have your very own Vanessa tiny towel.
I like it. Thank you, lady.
You're welcome.
You went from 1 in 6 towels being your face to half of the towels being your face.
So we'll have 150 limited edition Vanessa tiny towels, and then we're going to throw out the other ones.
Way to stick to your guns.
So that's
Half and half, okay.
Quite a negotiation on K-Rock. Officially that graduation time of the year. Perhaps by now you've seen a few clips of viral commencement speeches delivered by big celebrities, but we are convinced now that AI can do just as good of a job or potentially a better job. Do humans stand the chance? Come back in a moment with a little man versus machine commencement speeches, and then we will turn your ideas into high profit. So if you've got Dank Tank ideas, anything at all, no matter how stupid it could be, we will invest our actual money to make your ideas a reality. That is all coming up this hour on the show. We also have tickets to give you if we select you as the best pitch in the Dank Tank. That's all going to start in moments. We got to take a super quick break, and then we'll be back quickly, though, Ali, on the Goatline. There's some messages here about a variety of different things that are happening on the show, including someone that is claiming that they have gone from just a casual listener to now a super fan of the show.
What's up, Klein and Ali? Like I said, you guys, I feel like I got cursed from your show. Me too will get a Klein and Ali tattoo. So let's go.
This guy's about to tattoo himself. That'll be the 4th or 5th official show tattoo that's going to go on to human flesh. Please send us pictures once you do that.
Oh, I have so many questions about how big, where on your body. I mean, how much regret are you going to feel after you get this?
Bud Light Bros were trendsetters when they tattooed our logo on their neck and on their pec, but you now could tattoo our show logo anywhere. No one has yet done a tramp stamp with the show logo, which you could do. That would show you're a real fan.
Hey, sweet divots, guys. Hey, so I was thinking, I'm curious, do you ever have an experience, like, do fans of the show come up to you like they're your best friend?
No. Never happens.
And they know, you're like, whoa, hold on, slow down. Because, like, you know, so many people know, like, so much. Like, I feel like I know your entire life story or, like, everything about your families, Allie's newfound cat addiction. And
yeah, Allie is addicted to cats.
Not addicted to cats.
She's always loved pussy, but now it's at a whole new level because she now has more cats than humans living in her house.
All that kind of stuff. But you guys know nothing about my life. So do you have that happen? I'm just curious because I could imagine there's people that come up to you like they've known you for years. So random thoughts on my drive home. Bye.
It usually is just, it's not, oh, I feel like we're best friends. It's like, oh, you're not as weird looking as I thought you would be.
Yeah.
Or, Allie, you're not a racist.
Well, sometimes you are racist. Sometimes people just go up and yell racist stuff at you, and you're like, yeah, I agree.
No, they don't do that, and I don't say I agree.
Mostly in the real world, it will be people that will throw out, drops that Omar plays.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of that.
My people, baby.
Like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They say, you get a couple of sweet divots. Sometimes you get a random one.
Like rock them panty lines I get.
Right.
I'm a sexist.
I hear that a lot.
No, sorry. That one, not so much.
So all that stuff. I get a lot of Cabana Kleins sometimes. So, people are in a good mood. And love talking to people. Love to get to know you as well. We feel like anyone who spends some time with us every day, as far as we're concerned, you are a friend. You are friends.
Yeah, I get this one a lot.
You're a pink pony girl. Right. I would imagine you do.
This one too.
God, what have you done? Yeah, I get it.
I did say that when I got the cats last night.
We're going to take a super quick break. A lot of people asking how they can get them one of these tiny towels we just chatted about. Once we have them in the studio, which I think will be pretty soon, within the week, I hope.
And you pick which one you want.
You can have the Vanessa one, or you can have the show logo boring one.
No, not the show logo. The show together.
Minus you.
Your guys' faces will be on it.
And your face, too.
They're deleting my face from that one. I don't know why.
So your face is going to be on the other one.
And it'll just be blanked out from the other towels?
Because I got put at the other towel.
This negotiation's hilarious.
It's so, like...
What do you guys want? Let's talk to Zeki.
No, we're making the towel.
It's not about us. It's what you want. You said you were against this.
We got to take a break. When we get back, we will talk about man versus machine and figure out if humans stand a chance. That, then the Dank Tank. This hour is going to be a good one on KROQ.
KROQ listener, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to infiltrate one of these KROQ shows. My Chemical Romance at Dodger Stadium, July 27th. The Offspring at the Kia Forum, August 29th.
Yeah?
Incubus at Into It Dome, October 4th. Let's go! Blink-182 at Acrisure Arena, October 5th. And Linkin Park at Into It Dome, September 13th.
That's you cut me off!
Choose your mission. You must engage at precisely 0900, 1200, 1500, or 1800 hours. That's 9 noon, 3 and 6 for civilians. Be color 20 and your mission is greenlit. Operation Choose Your Mission is now underway. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Courtesy of Live Nation and the World Famous.
Before we get to the news, there's been a real battle happening here as Allie's been half in, half out on her spring break getaway. Who is better at delivering the news when Allie's not around? Is it Postmaster Johnny? Is it Jake the Nerd? In this exciting edition of A.D.D. News, we will go back and forth, and you will determine once and for all who is better at delivering the stories, Johnny or Jake. It starts. A news battle royale starts right now. We'll start with Jake, and then Johnny, and then Jake, and then Johnny. 4 rounds of news. You will determine who's better at bringing us the stories. These are all stories that they hand-selected, by the way, so that's a big part of the process. Go ahead, Jake.
All right, in his new book released on Tuesday, Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 has revealed that one time in 2004, The Cure's Robert Smith tried to make out with him after a show. He said, I've seen him several times since, and it's been totally cool, and nobody's talked about it. But at an after party almost 25 years ago, everyone was drinking and having fun, and Smith was, quote, feeling saucy and having a good time. Hoppus said, my wife and I are like, all right, we're out, see you later. And then Robert tries to kiss me, noting that no one except for members of Blink-182's road crew saw it happen. He continued, saying, he was my hero. I grew up listening to this guy's music, and it changed my life forever. Then he tries to kiss me at a party. I'm like, I should have done that. Why not? It's a much better story than he tried to kiss me, and it was awkward. It had been rad to have been like, yeah, I made out with my hero.
Yeah, I wonder, Omar, you're a big Cure guy. You identify as a straight man, but if Robert Smith of The Cure tries to make out with you out of respect, do you just make out with him anyway?
Nothing about that man is attractive to me. So,
right, so you would not.
I have to be, right, exactly. I would have to be attracted to the, whether it be a man, lady, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about this. If it's someone that you respect the craft.
I respect him, and he's incredibly talented, and yeah, he changed my life too. You know, he's my favorite band, but I definitely would not make out with him.
I would do something way gayer than make out with him. I'd play pickleball with him.
Okay.
But that would probably be the extent of it. I don't think I'd let him kiss me. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure Hoppus, all these guys probably think to themselves, and I'm sure they all have a bunch of stories that they have never shared publicly, and then they just think to themselves, eventually I'll write a book one day, and all these stories will be useful.
Chester Bennington tried to kiss me one time. I should have let him do it.
Chester Bennington of Linkin Park tried to kiss you one time.
Yeah, man. He came right at me. I had to put my hand over my mouth, and he kissed my hand.
I feel like he can't even defend himself now, so who even knows if this is a real story?
It's totally true.
As Cap.
What were the circumstances?
Back when they first started...
He saw Jake's giant boobs and was like, oh, man, I got to get in on that.
Motorboat time!
He came right off stage and kissed his wife, who was standing right next to me, and I was just joking, go, where's mine? And he came right in for it.
So
that sounds like Chester for sure.
Yeah, but he'll go for the joke, but you tried to initiate. Yeah. It's not like he saw you and found you and said, this is a attractive man. You were just trying to be funny, and he was like going to not leave you hanging.
Yeah.
That's a good man. Well, I would like to believe that we can all think about Chester Bennington right now and at least feel good knowing that he never had to kiss Jake the Nerd. We can all feel good about that. All right, Johnny, story number 2. What do you got?
All right, here we go. Nice and quick. All you Coachella fans, listen up. A 3.0 magnitude earthquake has hit 7 miles from Calipatria this morning at 1:55 a.m. And be advised, this is the second earthquake to hit this area, as a 2.7 struck 9 miles from India.
There was an earthquake, I believe, during Coachella a few years ago, if I remember correctly. Like, as people were there in the desert, they got an earthquake.
No reaction, huh? They didn't care.
I don't think people even knew what it was, because you're at a festival. It's a great place to be like, I don't know what that was. That could have been one of the thousands of bands here.
It didn't stop Nicole Alvarez.
So, yeah, no, Nicole Alvarez will be a survivor. She will be there. All right, story number 3, we go back to Jake the Nerd.
With the tariffs and inflation on the rise, people are always looking for a deal, especially when eating out, which can get easily very expensive. According to the Consumer Price Index, menu prices have risen almost 4% since last year, and to help out, some restaurants across the country have the unique approach of, instead of the very expensive seafood towers, offering hot dog towers. One spot in South Carolina says,
of course, Fat Jake is reporting on this story. What, the hot dog tower? Did that come up in your algodogram?
Over and over again.
Yeah, I believe it. Go ahead.
One spot in South Carolina says you can get all 5 of their specialty wieners served on a tower with truffle fries and dipping sauces for the low bargain price of $60. Another spot in Massachusetts says their tower start at $35. Even on my weight loss meds, I still eat it.
You know,
Get
I
out,
love
LA.
the hot dog.
Yeah, no one should be a bigger supporter of the hot dog tower than Vanessa, who loves the hot dog. The seafood tower, I believe, is the most expensive thing you can order at any restaurant ever. And I know this because one of those times we went out as a show and Jake knew he wasn't paying. You better believe he ordered the seafood tower.
No, I ordered the steak. Allie ordered the seafood tower.
Well, whatever it was.
And everyone liked the steak, and no one liked the seafood tower.
Yeah, nobody ate that tower.
Yeah, it was just a giant smoking tower of seafood. And it looks cool. I see it go around. I'm super jealous of other tables that have that at nice restaurants, but those are like, I feel like they're $200 minimum for a seafood tower. Hot dog tower's got to be under $50. Probably worth it. All right, final story, Postmaster Johnny. It's a real back-and-forth news battle on the show today.
All right, here we go. All you Trader Joe's hoes, this one's for you. Trader Joe's is back at it again with another viral product that has got people lined up for miles, and it's, of course, the Trader Joe's tote bag. But this time, the bag costs $2.99 and is available in pastel shades of blue, pink, purple, and green.
How's this news? Is this a commercial?
What are you talking about?
It's news.
This is news, Vanessa?
Yeah, the girls go crazy for those tote bags.
My girl sent me a video last night saying, hey, look at this.
Are they fighting for them? Like people beating each other up and trampling for them? Or how does it work?
They're domesticated now, so they're all waiting in line like lamos.
What is that, Johnny? Domesticated.
They're domesticated.
All right, Johnny may win the battle just for that sexist comment right there. Congratulations, Johnny.
All
well
lunar
done.
cats.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, there you have it. Earthquakes and tote bags and hot dog towers. There's your news. We get into a brand new hour of the show next on KROQ. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. We hardly use any intelligence on the show, but at least it is almost always legitimate. And as it pertains to graduations and commencement speeches, you better believe that robots helped write a lot of those speeches. AI is infiltrating our lives faster and faster every single day, not just so you can see what you would look like as a baby, but also for more important things like ways to motivate the graduating class of the year 2025. In this edition of Man vs. Machine, do humans stand a chance as it pertains to giving advice to graduates? Whether or not you're graduating high school or college, we're all going to take a shot to see if we have better advice than the robots. It's time for Man vs. Machine. Every year around this time, celebrities, famous people, former presidents, and usually Oprah will give commencement addresses at colleges. They get some sort of a honorary degree, so they get to claim that they're a doctor, even though they're fake doctors. And they give advice to a bunch of kids wearing gowns and tassels and all that crap. And the reality is, Allie, that us humans are probably about to be replaced by robots. But can we
And we probably should be.
And we probably should be. And we're going to try to prove that humans are still relevant as it pertains to giving advice to graduates. So this was just us very, very easily just saying to ChatGPT, give a good commencement speech. And this was just a clip of it, but this was literally took us no time, and this is what the robot said.
Congratulations. You've crossed a major milestone, not just with a degree, but with resilience, growth, and the kind of grit that no classroom alone can teach. You're stepping into a world full of uncertainty, yes, but also one rich with possibility.
Beautiful speech. And that was written by AI. Artificial intelligence came up with that, and boy, they did a good job, because I'm sure that many humans have said that exact line over the years many times.
Yeah, but you can also get around that by saying, hey, ChatGPT, write a new commencement speech, make it sound similar but different than any other one that you've heard.
So let's find out if us humans do stand a chance. We will each take a shot at answering a question, and then the robot will get a chance, and we'll see if we can at least go toe-to-toe with artificial intelligence. Allie, we'll start with you. Usually, as you know, part of giving a good commencement address is using a quote, quoting some amazing person throughout history that said something. What is a quote that you could give to motivate the class of 2025? And then we'll hear what the robot picks.
I'm not going to give a quote from somebody else. I'm going to make an original, okay?
You're not going to use any of the amazing quotes that have been said by dignitaries throughout society? You're going to pick your own quote?
I'm going to pick my own quote.
Allie Johnson, failed musical theater major, is going to give her own quote.
I'm glad you brought up failure, because I'm a perfect example of when you thought you could fail, there's always more failing to do. And when you get busy doing, you get busy failing. And failing is man's true best friend. So at first you fail, and fail again.
All right, that's Allie's
And then
answer.
cue the applause, everyone standing up.
Not happening.
What do you...
Applause?
Guys, every time I thought I'm a failure, I didn't realize I could be more of a failure.
It's great.
And then it makes failure not really that important, because you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try a bunch of stuff and I'm going to fail, and that's okay. And that's a great message.
Okay, that's what the human says. Here's what the robot says.
Here's a motivational quote, perfect for college graduates. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Henry David Thoreau.
Whatever. Who? That guy sucks.
Well, that was
and
a little
that quote sucks and is not memorable. Get busy doing, get busy failing. That's memorable.
Didn't you steal that from Shawshank?
It's different. I changed a word.
Not really. You just
get busy doing, get busy failing.
It's not. It's
Go
actually
into the night.
It's actually
it's
a
not
worse.
dying. She changed it.
It's a worse version of the same quote from Shawshank.
Original.
Well, this is what Henry said.
Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined.
It's kind of cool.
No. Omar, you agree mine's more memorable?
I'm going to go with Allie here.
Yep.
I like Allie's better.
All right, well.
Because you get busy doing, get busy failing.
I don't like that impression, but I like the quote.
Terrible impression.
Problematic.
Impression is. Allie's doing.
Go into the night.
Allie's doing full-on black voice right now. I'm just letting you know.
No, I'm just doing the quote.
All right, well, let's call that a tie.
Okay.
Jake, we give you a shot at this to defend humans. In a moment, we tell the robot, please say something inspirational to the class of 2025. Once again, the goal is inspirational. How can you inspire? Jake, go ahead. To represent humans, what say you?
All right, look. The reality is most of you spent the last 4 years getting yourselves into lifelong debt. You'll never be able to afford a house or to have kids, so just plan on getting a dog and living in a shack until you inherit money or win the lottery. Be happy with what you have and get used to going to the grocery store to only buy water and beans. But if you're lucky, you may develop a crippling ass problem and be able to apply for disability. So get out there and have yourself a trunk burger.
It seems very specific to you and your problems.
No, I'm trying to relate to young people.
All right, well.
I liked to picture that whole thing with Jake having a little cap with a little tassel on.
Yeah. You're going to be an honorary doctor, Jake, because you gave your speech about how you can only afford beans and water at the grocery store.
And your best hope is developing an ass problem.
So you can get disability. Well, this is what the robot said when we said, please inspire the young.
The best advice I have for graduates is, your degree is a foundation, not a finish line. Stay curious, be resilient, build relationships, and remember, success isn't a straight path, but a series of intentional steps. Learn from failure, stay humble, and always keep growing.
Yeah, that's all so generic. And I also think the building relationships thing is so overrated. I was so paranoid. I was like, I need to network. I need to build relationships. But
Ass problem.
I know. I could have just gotten an ass problem.
I still think somehow the robot wins that round because Jake's speech was so specific to just his own problem.
No, man, that's relatable.
Yeah. Trunk burgers for everybody.
Trunk burgers for all.
I'm not going to pay your tuition, but I'm giving you all the trunk burger today.
Usually, it's just go to my car. They've been sitting there in the trunk for the last few hours.
Nice and lukewarm.
Yeah.
Let's let Omar wrap this up, representing humans. The final, and this is a good question for you, Omar, because you are the king of the side hustle. You have many jobs. We asked AI technology, what is the best advice you could give as it pertains to getting a job out of college?
The best advice I would have for a recently graduated college kid is to find what you are passionate about, no matter what that is. Apply at that company, and it doesn't matter if you start at the bottom because you could always work your way to the top.
All right. Omar says, start at the bottom, work your way to the top. This is what the robot says. What is the best advice about getting a job out of college?
Getting a job out of college is an important step. Don't just apply to dozens of jobs blindly. Focus on quality over quantity and customize your cover letter to show enthusiasm and fit.
What?
Avoid going nowhere industries like travel agent and morning radio.
Oh, you bitch.
Son of a bitch. He's right.
Yeah. Robot gets the point.
All right, Robot, you win this round of Man vs. Machine. In a moment, the Dank Tank will officially open up at 800-520-1067. All right, potheads, it's time for you to shine on KROQ. The Dank Tank is back. It's been a while since we've heard from you and your ideas. Maybe the world laughs at you, but not us. We don't laugh at all on this show. We invest our actual money to make your idea become a reality, and also investing tickets. Sheng Wang, Bank of America Performing Arts Center, Thousand Oaks, September 13th. Tickets to see Sheng Wang and potentially turning your idea into an actual concept. It is time for the Dank Tank.
My idea is called the Blunt Etiquette Book. Lego or Connect set that you could put together, and you got your pipe or ball.
It's called the Dankometer.
Bug repellent, if they could make it smokable.
Instead of having a tree in your mirror, we're going to have, like, weed leaves hanging, bruh.
It's my thing for your mouth. We should put popcorn out of business and start serving mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese at the movie theaters is only something you could come up with right here in the Dank Tank.
There's a great one on the text line already, 714. My idea is for X-ray glasses for C's candy, so you can see through and see exactly what the candy is before you eat it.
That's great. Sometimes I get those boxes and I don't know. And they do give you one of those weird guides to try to help you.
The guide never works.
Doesn't work at all.
I'm like, where is the one that I'm holding?
And I don't want to sound racist, but they all kind of look the same.
And I'm like, okay, so this has a weird line on it that's not anywhere on this picture.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? I thought this was this is nougat? Oh, god damn, are you kidding me? That's a great idea.
I love nougat.
Great idea. All right, let's get to your ideas at 800-520-1067, where we invest in the future. And it may sound stupid, and that's okay, because as we've said before, there is no idea too dumb to be featured in the Dank Tank. Neil, go ahead. You're welcome to KROQ. What's up?
Hey, Sweet Dibs, Klein and Alley.
Sweet Dibs.
All right, so my Dank Tank idea this morning, it's still working on the name, but it'll be the DVR Dream Recorder Headband.
It sounds like a lot of ideas just in the title.
You're still working on the name, but for right now,
I'm still working on this horribly long-winded name.
The placeholder name is the Dream Recorder DVR Headband?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Just making sure I heard you correctly. And what does it do exactly?
All right, so basically it's going to be this headband that you're going to wear before you go to bed. It's going to have a really soft fabric, so it's not going to, interfere with the sleep experience at all. And basically, it's going to have a bunch of little sensors, and it's going to identify when your brain is in REM sleep, and it's going to start recording all that data. It'll take that data, all those brain waves, submit it up to, the cloud, and then convert that using AI into a bunch of images, which will then be generated into a video.
So it videos your dreams?
We could mock this idea all day, but it's actually great. And he's using a lot of big words. Cloud, AI, transmit.
In this case, the idea is so much better than the title.
Right. The title is the worst thing. I mean, Dream Band or whatever you want to call it. But the concept that you could potentially record your dreams. I know people now, everyone's obsessed with wearing those rings, the bracelets, all the crap that monitors how they're sleeping.
Yeah,
Everyone
but
loves
to
their
see
sleep
your
score.
dreams replayed in front of you every morning?
To see the good ones and the bad ones. Some of those nightmares where you're getting chased or all your teeth fall out or whatever.
You can actually watch and process it?
I like where we're going here.
And you could play it for your therapist and be like, what does this mean?
I one time did buy a product that supposedly allowed you to program your dreams.
What does that mean? Decide what they are?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Because you don't have sex dreams, right?
Because that's impossible.
Can't have sex dreams.
Is that all you were going to use it for?
Yes. What else would I want?
All right, who should I have sex with tonight?
But it didn't work. It's like one of the biggest curses against me is whenever I'm about to have sex in a dream, I wake up. It's the worst. I know. Yeah. I've been killed in my dream 1,000 times, and that's the thing you're supposed to not ever have happen to you.
Really?
They claim you.
Oh yeah, because most people don't die in their dreams.
You can't die in your dreams.
So you die
all the time.
How?
A million ways.
Really?
Stabbed, plane crash, run over, shot.
And you can see your dead body?
I die, and then sometimes I'm at my own funeral. All
what?
That. But whenever I'm about to have sex, no, you're not invited.
Oh.
But when Sydney Sweeney's in my dream and she's like, I think we should have sex, and I'm like, yes, we should. And then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
Yes.
There's all these big-breasted women at your funeral.
Yeah, I'm like, we all would have sex with you, but you wake up. Shannon on KROQ, what is your Dank Tank idea? Go ahead.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I love you guys. So, okay, I have a really good idea with actually not a stupid name, and this is brilliant. It's called Don't Steal My So, it's a double SH with two asterisks and a T.
Okay. That's not complicated. You have to explain the title. Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm so lost.
Okay, well, it was earlier
don't
when I
steal
talked
my
to Vanessa.
Don't steal my shh is what it's called. And what is the goal of this?
Essentially, so don't steal my it's like, have you ever, so apartment complexes, laundromats, anything. So anything that's going to be open. So it's going to look like a Band-Aid with two sensors. So we're not responsible for anything, but what we're going to do is we tell your shh has been opened. So you don't have to sit there and watch your laundry, your bike, and you know that your shh has been detached.
Someone stole all my wife's underwear out of a dryer at a laundromat.
And if you had a Band-Aid, then you would have known.
So it's a sensor thing. Like, I think I have one of these. I used to have one of these by, like, my pool gate. So if it opened, it would make an alarm. It would, like, let me know a kid was going to be near the pool.
Yeah, but you could put this on anything. That's kind of cool.
Anything that could be stolen by anyone in the general public. Laundry mostly. I'm trying to think what other things this would apply to.
Well, it's like anything that you don't want taken that you can't lock up.
Right. It's an interesting concept.
Especially in a communal area.
Interesting concept.
You could put it, like, if you were in Starbucks and you had to pee and you didn't want to take your laptop and put it all away and stuff, you just put one of the shush bands on it and walk away.
Yeah, I don't like when people ask me to watch their stuff at, like, a communal coffee shop, because then I feel like a responsibility. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
I don't think thieves would really care about breaking the Band-Aid. I think they would just steal it still, but at least you'd know.
You would know. Oh, I'm taking a dump at Starbucks, but my computer's being stolen outside. Thanks for telling me.
Hey, here's a big sign that this person's not here.
Right. In fact, I think that was actually just going to let people know that this is available for stealing, because no one.
I'm away from my stuff at the moment.
This is a terrible idea. I'm out. Thank you. Dave, you're in the Dank Tank. What's up? Dave, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's your idea?
All right. My idea is a French fry warmer for your car. It's like a little electric blanket built into a French fry holder.
This is great.
When you're driving, your fries always get cold.
They're the first things. They're the first things to lose heat. And if you try to keep them hot, traditionally by keeping them in the container, they will get soggy. They deliver terrible. One of the worst delivery foods out there is the fry.
And one of the hardest to reheat properly.
So Dave is talking about a portable, some sort of a French fry warming blanket for your car. I love it.
Well, also,
thank you.
Do you envision this having like a cover? Because a lot of the fry containers are just open-ended, right?
Well, it's basically like what you get at McDonald's, like a little holder, but it's made out of like something like an electric blanket, but it's still stiff enough that it holds your fries, but it keeps them warm.
And is this reusable, or is this every fry going to cost us now $80 because of this thing?
Oh, no, reusable.
Right,
totally.
You buy one and you can put all your fries, and that would work for curly fries, seasoned fries, steak fries, skinny fries. Huh?
Everything. You can drop anything in there; it keeps it warm. It's a winner, I'm telling you.
Well,
seems like it would be tough to. I mean, would it be battery powered? Would it be?
Yeah. Plug it into the car.
No, the cigarette lighter.
Yeah. You plug it right in there.
Yeah.
Who has those anymore?
You could just put fries, I think, directly into the cigarette lighter. Warm up one fry at a time.
Yeah, my mom did it first.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, not the worst idea we've heard.
No, in fact, 818 said my son would love the French fry warmer for the car. People already want to buy it.
Oh, do you have a name for this yet, Dave?
Well, yeah, it's called the Buyer Fryer. My last name is Buyer, and it's called the Buyer Fryer.
Oh.
All right. He's really thought about this one.
Cool.
How many people out of curiosity have you told this to that have told you shut up over the years? Because it sounds like you've thought about it.
No. I have investors. People go, you know what? You build it, I'll invest in it.
Yeah.
And then what? You just don't build it?
No, I do build it. And it has little inserts. That's the answer.
You actually built it?
Do you have a prototype for this?
Yes, it's a little rough, but yeah.
Please send us a picture.
I want it.
Yeah, we have to see that immediately.
Because we could be investors if we like it.
Yeah, if we like it. We have to take a break. A lot to process in this edition of the Dank Tank, and there's so many more ideas on the text line. But we got to stay on schedule, because in about 15 minutes, it's your chance to pick a mission, and that mission could result in you seeing My Chem at Dodger Stadium, or Linkin Park, or Blink, or Incubus. The choice will be yours. We'll be right back with your news, those tickets, and potentially some more of these ideas next.
KROQ. Tune in, zone out.
Klein Alley Show.
Pretend this counts as social interaction.
KROQ.
Tips to prepare for KROQ's 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown this weekend. Gather your favorite photos and music memories. Share them with your pals. It's more fun that way. Snacks? Check. Fizzy drinks? Check. Don't forget the napkins. A well-fed listener is an attentive listener. It's the top 250 songs from the last 25 years. Or the KROQ 21st Century Memorial Day Countdown. Stay tuned for more.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Perhaps you felt the jolt last night as you were going to sleep or just getting home or whatever the case may have been.
Man.
Big jolt. A lot of people still recovering. 3.9 or North Hollywood.
Some people like Klein are still recovering.
Real shaker. Still have not been able to sleep. Really messed me up good,
I got
man.
PTSD.
Well, there's no one you can sue for that, but if you've been playing a lot of video games lately, apparently there's lots of people you can sue. There's a class action suit that's been going on now that claims that if you've spent any serious amount of time playing any games, app games, traditional video games, etc., you could be entitled to real money, and a woman just got paid out because she claimed that her Candy Crush addiction was crippling.
Well, there's endless levels.
Endless.
I'm at level 1069, I believe.
Yeah, and you're nowhere near the end. And if you ever get to the end, they'll just make more levels.
Yes, because it's very easy to just make more levels.
She finally ended up getting paid close to $250,000 because they agreed that she was right. And the way that the video game manufacturers operate now is that they are supposedly, this is according to the class action lawsuit that's going on right now.
Man, she could probably buy so many Crush combos with that $250,000.
She sure could. They are embedding, quote, addictive psychological features into popular games like Minecraft, GTA 5, Fortnite. This is proposally done to hook players, compelling them to spend excessive time and money on gaming.
Of course.
This is what they're designed to do.
If they're good at their jobs, that's what they're doing.
Now, I guess that, like anything else, they claim that if they can find proof that they were attempting to get people to get, quote, addicted and spend money and spend time to the point now where they're saying people are missing school, missing jobs,
Any video
relationships.
game is designed to have you keep playing. They want you to play as long as you can.
But for whatever reason, I don't know where that line is. Now there's a giant class action lawsuit that's going on. That
and you can
says,
do it with our phones. You
can
can
do
do
everything.
it with social media. You
Yeah.
could do it with
The notifications.
Girl
It
Scout
releases that
cookies.
dopamine. Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies, all of it.
Literally, you can find anything addicting, and we find everything addicting now. I was just actually reading about how people are getting addicted to AI and chatbots, because if you're lonely and you want to talk to somebody, you can talk to AI as long as you want to, and people are now like speaking to them so often that they feel like they can't go without it, like it's a friend of theirs that they need to constantly be checking in with.
Well, there's a wellness retreat that apparently has just opened up for people that were addicted to the day trading of the cryptocurrency.
Well, that's just like gambling.
Overpowering, and all the emotions, the highs, the lows, that they said, this is overtaking my entire life. I've gone completely broke. I decided to go all in on Fartcoin, and it bankrupted my family, and now I got to check into rehab to deal with this. But are we becoming more addicted? You think as a society now we are just getting addicted easier to things?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the internet is to blame, but I also think that they know, like, we are consumers. That's what we do. We consume content, we consume new products, everything.
Right, we're like termites.
Yes, exactly. We consume everything in our path. And whether you are somebody who's addicted to gambling, whether it's, online or in person, somebody like me would be finding an addiction in places like Temu and deal hunting and things like that, where I look at my Temu app and there's a spinning wheel going spin, spin, spin. You can win 100% off these 10 items. And I'm like, and it's all programmed to trigger that same part of your brain that wants more, more, more. What's the next thing? What's the next rush?
But I don't believe all addictions are respected the same. Because if you were to meet someone and they're like, oh man, I was crazy addicted to heroin for a while and now I'm on the recovery. People are like, hey man, props, good work, man. That's not easy to kick heroin. But if someone else is like,
a Fartcoin guy?
I'm addicted to Fartcoin. I've been playing the meme. Like, it was like, dude, you're not addicted to anything. Like, get the F out of here.
Well, I think having an embarrassing addiction is tough. Like, yes, if you have something traditional, that's, you have your own things that you've done to get drugs or alcohol or whatever, and you have those stories and you have a shame attached to that, etc. But there's a different shame attached when you say, I spent 7 hours last night on online bingo.
909 says, Allie, not to rub it in, but I'm on level 9,345 on Candy Crush. You got a long way to go.
No, yeah, I was doing it like every single day. And then I actually got mugged because I was walking down the street at night on Candy Crush, and because I couldn't stop playing, and I had like a 5-minute walk ahead of me, and because I was looking down at my phone and not paying attention, I got mugged, and then my phone got stolen, and then I had to start my Candy Crush streak all over again.
My levels.
I know all the candies that I popped.
Probably crushing right now. Yeah, I wonder is there something that you are currently addicted to? Like defend your addiction. Like for instance, you're into it. You know, it's probably gotten to that point of. I think that. Even buying stuff on Amazon has become a weird addiction for certain people because they just kind of can't get through the day without looking and getting, especially if you're constantly getting the updates of what's arriving. And it's very easy now for us to fall into the trap. I'm curious. We'll share with you ours. Love to hear yours. You can text, you can call 800-520-1067.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ
106.7
KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Thank you to everyone on the text line that said that our show has become their most unhealthy addiction, and now I feel like I must listen, and when I'm not listening, I'm missing out on stuff, so much so that I listen to the podcast afterwards, and I'm getting the shakes. So thank you for that. Greatly appreciate you. Talking addictions now. Apparently a giant class action suit is underway for anyone who feels like they've been addicted to video games or apps because they're designed to get you hooked and keep you there forever, and that's not okay. People addicted now these days to cryptocurrencies. My addiction is old school. It's gambling. That's the thing. When I get around a casino and I start hearing those noises.
But you gamble every day?
I could gamble every day. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you could, but do you?
Not every day, but that's just because I'm a little tapped right now. But if I got a little bit more in the reserves, I could see myself gambling every
And how
day.
far in the hole have you been before?
Well, there's a listener to this show that called in to bet me $100 on that Tyson fight. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I bet him on I thought Tyson was going to win, and I owed him $100, and then I was going to pay him on the side because I pay all my debts. And then he wrote to me, "You want to double?"
Said with confidence.
Want to double or nothing?
Because I pay all my debts.
He
definitely.
goes, "You want to double or nothing?" And I go, "Sure, let's double or nothing." We went up to 2. I was down 2. Then I was down 4. Then I was down 8. And I think I currently owe him over $1,000.
Yeah, but you've owed more than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I moved to the West Coast. I owed a bookie a ton of money on the East Coast.
How much money?
North of 20.
Wow.
Yeah, north of 20.
And then you ran away from that?
But I was up for a period before then. And
Did you explain that to him? He'll probably understand.
He's in jail now for another 4 years, and then I'll have to deal with that. But for the time being.
Oh, my God. What if you were the first person he found?
He may. Jeremiah on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your addiction?
I've been addicted to World of Warcraft since 2004, and I've lost a marriage over it, lost 3 or 4 jobs over it.
Wow, that's a real deal addiction. This guy's up for that class action lawsuit money right there.
So, how long have you been playing?
Since 2004, since it came out.
So, you've been playing for 20 plus years, and you still find it that interesting?
It's ever changing, and then they re-released all the original content. So when everybody started complaining that the new stuff's getting boring, and they're not creating new things, they re-released the old stuff that we had all the nostalgia for, and everybody went back to that.
When your wife,
they're making small changes.
When your wife said to you at some point, "It's me or World of Warcraft," you clearly made your choice, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did she give you a chance to save the marriage and say "Look, I'll stay with you, but you got to give up this World of Warcraft"? And you're like, "Sorry, you don't have new levels every week like this does."
No, there was no chance. It was just, hey, I'm not getting enough attention. This other person gives me attention that I so need and desire. So she kind of fell in love with someone else because all my attention was either a work if I was working, and then come home and 12 hours a day World of Warcraft.
And what jobs did you lose?
Oh, man, I've been a general manager of, a bowling alley, a general manager of, at the time, Subway up in Washington.
Oh,
cushy gig.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where are you at now? Where are you at now in your addiction? Pretty deep still?
I'm on my way home to play World of Warcraft.
Oh, man, you are. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will officially start in about 5 minutes, and you get to pick which one of these missions you're into. Could be My Chem, Dodger Stadium, maybe Linkin Park, Blink-182, The Offspring, or Incubus. The choice will be yours. The second Allie's done with the A.D.D. News, be sure to call us. The number is 800-520-1067. Not yet. We'll tell you when. Be caller 20 and select the mission of your choosing. And just like that, making dreams become realities every morning on KROQ. All right, right now, though, we get into your news.
You sound so excited. Making your dreams come true.
I can't find the...
every day.
I don't know if I deleted it.
On
I cannot find Allie's intro for A.D.D News. Hold on one second. Let's see if I have it here. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Allie,
the real Mission Impossible.
This is...
exciting. This is as exciting as those lasers in Mission Impossible 1.
I don't know where it is.
Ollie knows the news.
Thanks, Vanessa. I'm going to start now.
Hold on.
That's the wrong segment.
I could put in...
oh man. Yeah, you got the. Yeah, you're way off on segments. You're only off by 2 hours, Vanessa, but appreciate the effort.
You see it now?
There it is.
A.D.D news. You're so right.
I didn't even think about it. I was like, perfect. Let's move on.
Well, let me play it, Omar. Something's going on.
It won't.
Here. No.
All right, let's just move on. The House pulled an all-nighter last night after 22. I'm just going to do it to Mission Impossible music.
Yep. Let's go with that.
They had 22 hours of arguing, I think even more than that. They just barely passed this, quote, big, beautiful bill that will change a lot of things. And there are a lot of opinions about it. It has more funding for deportation and national security. It has less money for Medicaid and Medicare and food stamps. And there are some tax cuts. It also increases the national debt by a lot of millions and billions of dollars. But one thing that more people can agree on is that there will no longer be taxes on tips if this passes in the Senate, or taxes on overtime, which I hadn't read in some of the other articles. And this still has to be passed in the Senate, as I said, which can be tough. And then also some people are saying that this would not count for delivery driver tips, which I'm like, why wouldn't that count? But I think there are going to be some stipulations about how people get their tips. Like if they get their tips through Venmo, would that count differently than if it was a cash tip or a tip through one of those like tipping apps on an iPad?
I can't believe anyone's actually declaring tips. I mean, that's the thing. You're supposed to declare them when you get them. It's
that was the best part of working for tips when I was in the restaurant industry. I was like, yep, I made $4 last year. Let's just move on.
But things used to be, tips for a while. It was a cash operation. Now there's such a paper trail, unfortunately. That was the beautiful thing about it. Getting a cash tip. Just goes in the pocket. Government won't know about this one.
Yeah, I know. And now, especially with everyone doing the iPad method.
Yep.
Everything is so recorded.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of the ways that people are getting their tips through delivery driver apps and stuff like that, I think even though they're like, oh, this goes to the driver, I don't think it really does all go to the driver. So hopefully that would clear up some of the confusion there, or like really get through some of the smaller font print on some of those contracts and have more of that money actually going to the people who earned the tip in the first place. Speaking of delivery drivers, people are complaining about them in Echo Park. There's a neighborhood that is pissed off about delivery drivers clogging up their streets because they're all waiting for orders from this one ghost kitchen that's right next to their homes. It's called Echo Park Eats. It's a ghost kitchen. We had a ghost kitchen right downstairs. I forget what it was called, Social Eats, but it was like you could order from like 20 different places within the kitchen, and it was kind of confusing, and I think it ended up shutting down. But when people can order from so many different places in one, quote, ghost kitchen, it's confusing when you walk in, but for delivery drivers, it's great because you can just stop by the same place to pick up all these orders. The problem is all these people live in that neighborhood, and there's no parking, it's all congested, and they're not able to even access their streets a lot of times because there's so many delivery drivers picking up there.
People are obsessed. I didn't realize how much. I just did an audit on how much delivery I've had food-wise.
Yeah, because you had like a money day yesterday, huh?
It's gone up. I looked at it like 3 months ago to 2 months ago to this month. It's increasing every day.
Why aren't you listening to my no-buy list?
Your no-buy list is no fun. If I listened to your no-buy list, it would be...
Even if you just changed it to pickup. Klein, think about how much money you would save in a year just by going down the street and picking it up instead of having it delivered.
The last time I decided I was going to do a pickup to save money, I double parked my car, went inside to pick up, and had a ticket on my car for $80.
Well, that's because you can't park properly.
Right. But I'm saying that was like my plan to save a couple of bucks on not doing a delivery, and I ended up getting an $80 ticket. And I'm not going to pay the ticket, so whatever.
So it doesn't really matter, the theory.
Eventually, I won't be able to get my registration renewed.
You're also one of the only people I know who's like, hey, we all want different things, so let's just order from 3 different places.
Yeah.
You pick one place and you order from there. That's it.
There's no compromise. It's terrible.
It's because there's too much access. There's too many options.
Too many options. We have too many options.
All right. OnlyFans is getting a new account that's, I guess, getting very popular, but it's very different than some of the other content that you would see on OnlyFans. It's called Only Endangereds. And it's a feed of just animals going at it. And this is to help raise money for endangered species. There's a company called Quick Response Fund, or Nature QRFN, and they've launched an OnlyFans account for endangered species. But instead of humans getting sexy, it is, tortoises humping, or iguanas, or lemurs. And you can watch this and you can subscribe. Of course, it makes you seem like a creep that you're like, oh, cool, this is gonna, let me subscribe to this. But it's all for a good cause, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think everyone thinks about that Bloodhound Gang song where all the animals are banging,
mammals.
And it's a great video, and I think that people enjoy it thoroughly. And I'm telling you right now, I've been to the zoo enough times to know that when you do get the occasional animals going at it, it is a fan favorite. Crowds love it. It's funny.
You're seeing carnal nature
at all ages. Kids love it. They don't understand what they're wrestling, but they think it's funny, and adults elbow each other and laugh, and they're like, yeah, just like you, honey.
Yeah, but they need to, I think they should go beyond endangered species, because there's like turtles, they need to be saved, but also turtle sex is not as exciting as like panther sex, I'm sure.
As a graduate,
turtles just kind of lay on each other.
Graduate of the turtle reading group that does also do turtle sex. Don't downplay it, Alex. Sometimes you just got to go lazy.
Got it.
Lazy
I like the ones
slow.
that last like 1 second. They're like, okay, I'm done. And they
Get
run
into
away.
a brand new hour of the show right now. Make this the greatest hour of your life. Caller 20. Let's go. Your mission awaits you next.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
The number to join us right now on KROQ is 800-520-1067. Hopefully you're in a great mood. Maybe you're sitting in traffic on your way out of town for some Memorial Day travel plans, or perhaps just stuck going to work today like us. Regardless, if you are caller 20 right now at 800-520-1067, you can select your mission. Hopefully you've been paying attention and you know which mission is eligible for you. Just pick one and you're on that mission to see a great KROQ band in a local SoCal venue. Nice to meet you. If you're new to the show, I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Morning.
Got DJ Omar Khan right there. Hey. Jake the Nerd over there. In the back room, taking the calls feverishly, it's Postmaster Johnny and the star of her very own line of tiny towels, Vanessa. We are here for you this hour. Lots to get into on the show. We'll do some Meet the Neighbors. And apparently now everyone is sharing their location, not just with your romantic partner, but friends are sharing their location with other friends. How do you feel about that? Is that a good move or a bad move? Do you trust your friends enough to know where they are? And are they sharing location because maybe they go missing and you want to make sure that you can track them down?
I have no problem with it because I don't worry about my friends cheating on me.
But do you like the idea that you always, what if you have a group of friends and you decide you want to hang out with some of your friends, but one of your friends is not invited, and you kind of have that constant feeling of like, are they going to feel left out? Would you be upset, Allie, if you looked at your friends' locations and they were all together and you're not there and they didn't even tell you where they were?
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think, because I would probably be the one left out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the one like, oh, I hope she's not following me.
Right.
I would be the one that would be like, wait, why are they all in Tahoe?
Yeah, everyone's having a fun weekend, and I'm not a part of it. That is the downside. Apparently, it's a trend that is picking up some steam right now. And Vanessa's she says she's doing this with her friends.
We share location with a bunch of our friends.
Maybe we should be sharing location with each other on the show so that we know that we can rat each other out for things the next day.
Dude, shady.
Hey, caller 20 puts us in Monrovia, I believe. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Nancy?
Yeah, you're caller 20.
Oh my God, I am. Oh my God, yes.
You have a mission in front of you, should you choose to accept it. Which mission will you be going on?
The Offspring.
Offspring is your mission. Hold on 1 second. We'll make that happen for you. Thank you for starting your day with KROQ. Happy pre-Memorial Day weekend.
Wake up! Wake up!
If you need to interact with us, the numbers, remember these numbers. They will come in handy and potentially reward you with cool things like tickets, or you could just join in on the conversation. 800-520-1067. Reminder from Omar, pack your patience if you're leaving town today or tomorrow for Memorial Day, and hopefully we will be bringing back the Banger Bus. We may just do it without permission, which will give you a chance to control the music we play on KROQ all tomorrow morning to get you ready for the long weekend.
Why would we start a fight into a holiday weekend?
I think that most of the bosses here are already off. I don't think they will be here. Like, I think that they've kind of decided the holiday weekend started for them yesterday, and that will be, we'll see them again probably on Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, well, they're the ones that actually listen to those emails that are like, for the Memorial Day weekend, everyone, you can leave at noon on Friday. And they're like, haha, joke's on you, I never came in.
Right. We're not here to begin with.
So. I can leave at 12, good, because I wasn't there to begin with.
Let's meet some neighbors now. We all live in different parts of Southern California. Once a week, we like to see what's going on in your neighborhoods. There's so many apps to keep track of your neighbors. Usually it's just people ratting each other out or asking for useless advice, and we like to share with you some of the great ones that you share with us. It's time to meet the neighbors.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile, and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
It's a real song from one of Allie's real-life neighbors, Ray. We haven't heard from Ray in a while, but...
Yeah, I should reach out to Ray.
I
see him still on the road somewhere.
Allie found Ray on the Nextdoor app when he was writing and releasing his own music about issues in the neighborhood, and we asked him to record a song for us, and he did, and then Allie and he got together in Malibu and recorded a duet. A love song, one of the most uncomfortable love songs ever, and there's a music video that goes with that song, and if you don't know what we're talking about, well, then you clearly are a new listener to our show, and thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah, and you can find it on YouTube if you like. I wanted to just point out that a listener sent this post that was put up on their neighborhood app, and it just says, stop losing your pets, because every Nextdoor app is just... Have you seen blank? Have you seen blank? The last time I saw him was blank, and this person is just fed up with it.
Well, I think that the reality is that that is one of the best things that can happen with the knowing who's in your neighborhood is if a pet does go missing, you can look to the app. But it has become a giant... Where's Fluffy?
Where's the pet, or do you have a recommendation for blank? That's what it's become.
So we try to find some other things that are of interest, and here's one that I think Allie can relate with, since she likes to do her own white people taco night.
Ooh.
But this is from Liz, who says, hi, neighbors. I have been living in the Sherman Oaks area for quite some time now, but have yet to find a taco place that I thoroughly enjoy. Seems like many of the tacos around here are just too spicy.
Oh, no.
Does anyone?
It's too much.
Does anyone have a recommendation for some tacos that would be a little easier on the tongue? Looking for advice, and yes, I've been to all the bigs, so please, if there's little ones or new ones, let me know. From Liz.
I've been to all the bigs.
This is the first response.
Is it Taco Bell?
Have you tried Taco Bell? There actually, I think, is a Taco Bell in Sherman Oaks. But the first response for Liz is, Liz, maybe tacos just aren't for you.
Yeah.
People got real defensive. Now, a lot of people did list places that you should check out. These are great.
Have you heard of Gringa's Tacos?
And I'm surprised that no one has yet written, what about Allie's White People Taco Night recipe on KROQ, where she talks about using turkey and yogurt.
And carb-balanced tortillas.
Right. The whitest
because you got to watch
tacos.
your figure as well.
But the funniest comment is from Carlos, who says, yo, Liz, any taco that you want is a taco that none of us would say is good.
Yeah, seriously. Because there are some foods that just need to be spicy to be enjoyed properly.
And this is from Steve, who writes, Liz be lesbo. So that is an interesting comment as well.
When you start getting a Lisbo nickname on Nextdoor, I think
Lisbo. Hey, Lisbo.
What's up, Lisbo?
Looking for a taco recommendation. Well, the neighborhood has turned on you.
At least you're memorable. All right, my post comes from a woman named Destiny who needs the help of her community with a problem she has. Hi, neighbors. I have to drive to Inglewood in the next couple of weeks, and I'm not familiar with the area. I'm not really familiar with anywhere past the valley. Really, I'm clueless of anywhere past the valley. Waze doesn't work for me very well, and I haven't had much luck with Siri. Does anyone have a good road map
of how I can get to Inglewood that would get me there quickly, efficiently, and avoid me getting lost. No worries if not. Just thought I'd ask in case.
I wish I was a worse person. I would totally convince. This would be such a great way to convince her to go somewhere and scam her.
Totally. But it's also like
she's looking for a map, like a physical map.
She wants people to give her directions to Inglewood.
It's really crazy.
And then the responses are like, have you tried anywhere else on the internet?
Right. Like, even if she were to go old school and Google it, or like go MapQuest style and print that, even that seems like that would be a better option than going to the neighbors for advice.
How far down this hole have you gone where like you've given up on Waze? Like, all right, enough Waze. You've led me wrong. Like, it just tells you where to go.
It is funny, though, that people love to brag, and this is why SNL made fun of the Californians for so long, is that people do love to brag about their way. They have figured out ways to get places. And even if I'm going to something at SoFi, if I tell any of my friends, they're probably going to say, "Oh, I hope you're going to go this way." They've got their own unique spin on it.
Yeah, and then you do feel like because the traffic is so bad, so you feel like when you've hacked the system, you have to let people know about it. But it does, make you a walking stereotype.
If you come across things happening in your neighborhood and you think we should know about them, and usually we should, get them to us for the next round of Meet the Neighbors. We take a quick break. We're back in a moment. And we've got more show to get to after this.
KROQ listener, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to infiltrate one of these KROQ shows. My Chemical Romance at Dodger Stadium, July 27th. The Offspring at the Kia Forum, August 29th. Incubus and Into It Dome, October 4th. Let's go! Blink-182 at Acrisure Arena, October 5th. And Linkin Park at Into It Dome, September 13th.
That's you cut me open just to watch me bend. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
To choose your mission, you must engage at precisely 0900, 1200, 1500, or 1800 hours. That's 9 noon, 3 and 6 for civilians. Be color 20 and your mission is greenlit. Operation Choose Your Mission is now underway. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Courtesy of Live Nation and the World Famous.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When times get bad,
Don't be sad, right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. True love's so hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love.
Oh, good, a cartoon. I hope you're high.
Kevin Klein live.
Kevin Klein live, hello.
I was trying to find out if today is the day for the $105.
You want the $105 cash?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, what's your favorite morning show?
105.
105 what?
Where they have the jazz and the soft music and the mellow music. And
Yeah, you're listening to 105 Jams.
Yes.
You called 105 Jams, the station that's giving you $105 to make you hollers.
I got the $105.
This your boy, DJ Sam the Jam. All jams, no marmalades. You got the $105.
Yes.
Give it up. What station giving you jams and cash?
Top 105.
105 what?
Jam.
Jams 105. And lucky you, it's Double Trouble Thursday. We're going to double your $105.
Wow.
We're going to double that to $210.
Okay. I'll take the double.
Oh, you know what? We're going to triple it. What do you think of that? $315.
Wow, I like that even better.
What station is tripling your jams and your cash?
Hot 105 Jams.
Hot 105 Jams. Uh-oh, you gone and activated the cash quadrupler. It's Quadruple Cash Thursday. $420.
Yes.
Whoops. This is embarrassing, and Sam the Jam never makes a mistake. It is not Quadruple Cash Day.
Okay.
In fact, I should also point out I don't believe it's a triple day either.
It's all right.
Nor is it a double day or even a regular $105 day. In fact, this isn't even Hot 105. It's Live 105, and we don't have any money for you, and more embarrassingly, we don't even have any jams.
Okay.
So what's your favorite radio station? why I did it, but yesterday I got peer pressured by Jake the Nerd to see what would happen if I told my kids that instead of going to camp this summer, they would be going to summer school, because it seems like you guys like it when I get beaten up by my own children.
Well, we didn't know that it was going to lead to you getting beaten up.
We
just knew that it would be uncomfortable, which makes us happy.
This is how it ended.
Hey! Got it.
All right, now, it starts in a much calmer place.
Sounds like an episode of Cops.
It really does. I mean, we just heard a dog fight 5 coyotes. It didn't sound nearly as aggressive as that.
Totally.
I could be the real hero here. Move over, Duke. It's time for another round of Klein's Kids Hate Him. Here we go.
Klein's kids hate him.
Shut up!
Klein's kids hate him.
Give me that!
Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
It's not okay.
I'll kiss you, bro.
Klein's kids hate him.
That boy.
Klein's kids hate him.
Yeah!
Klein's kids hate him because he's a bad dad.
What?
I want this on your radio. I do not want to do the same on your radio. You are crazy, Dad.
So, anyway, it's been a long journey to get to where we're at now, where they've completely lost all trust and respect in me.
By the way, by the sound of all that audio, whatever you have coming, you probably deserved.
Thank you. Thank you, Omar. Well, they were very excited because they realized that they have less than 2 weeks left of school, and all they just keep talking about, I can't wait to not go to school. I can't wait to not go to school. Hate school. They learned at an early age, just like their dad, that school is not for us.
Yeah, and it's not like you've done anything to change their mentality.
No, I tell them they're right. I mean, sometimes they come home with homework. I go, we don't need this.
What?
I mean, I have to do it. I have to pretend to do it anyway, but I'm not a big...
but you do it.
I try to do it, and then sometimes I get back 2 stars out of 5, and I'm like, I did that. That's crazy.
And it's like basic spelling.
Yeah.
Like it's 5-year-old stuff.
Yeah. So, and I don't even have to do that thing where I write with my left hand to look like they did it. I actually try on it. And they're still like, come on, work on your penmanship, kid. So I decided yesterday I would give them the news that that school was not going to end for them. They were going to continue into summer school, a term that they were unfamiliar with. They didn't even know the term summer school.
Yeah, because, I mean, that would be sacrilegious.
When you hear that as a kid...
Summer school?
I did have to go to summer school, I think, 2 different summers. Because and it is a terrible...
Oh, I love summer school.
Terrible news to get.
Why did you like it?
Because I was a kid that got up early, and all my friends didn't get up until 10 a.m., so I stayed busy going to summer school. It was... I didn't have to go. I did it to get ahead.
Oh,
so
my God. Jesus Christ.
My senior year, all I had was electives, because I had so many summer school credits.
That's a typical Omar move. Yeah. If you think about Omar's personality, he's always thinking big picture. What can I do now to get ahead later? He's all about pain now, hard now for easy later. That's Omar. Everyone else is going easy now. I'll deal with all the other stuff eventually.
Damn.
So anyway, here is me telling the kids, your school's not going to end in 2 weeks. You're going to go to summer school. Oh, Olivia, Sienna, guess what?
Oh my God, it already is
I got
so
you
chaotic.
guys into summer school. Well,
it's like starts
That's
at
your
an 8.
baseline?
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Hey,
Sienna! It looks like it sounds like they're in the middle of rioting against each other.
They had a friend there, and the Knicks game was on in the background. It was not, but it's hard for me to get time with them anymore because you
don't want it.
Because right. I got you guys into summer school. We got in.
What's summer school?
Instead of camp, they get to go to summer school. They can go to school instead of camp for all summer.
Wait, are you doing that?
You can do school all year.
I don't want to.
But you're going to do it. I got you in.
No, but...
You're going to sit in your classroom all summer, no snacks.
Because at what school?
Your school.
I even asked my school to close. The school is all shut down for summer, just camp.
Yeah, but they're calling it camp, but it's learning camp.
No, it...
So...
I love your improv when there are follow-up questions.
Yeah, I was not prepared for follow-ups because they used to not ask follow-ups. They used to just get really upset.
Okay, learning camp.
When I told them that Halloween was canceled for salad night, they just bought it right away. Now, all of a sudden, it's been a couple years now. They already talked to the teacher. They're shutting it down for camp only. So I came up with learning camp, which I thought sounded like the worst camp ever.
Sounds like something you need.
Omar, yeah, it's probably something I need. I think Omar went to learning camp by choice, it sounds like. Yeah, but they're calling it camp, but it's learning camp.
No, it isn't. No, they're not even doing, any learning. I asked my teacher. She's in charge of this.
Well, she just emailed me. You got in. Congratulations to Olivia. She's now...
And then I want to see Dojo message.
So congratulations.
No, prove it. Prove it to us. Prove it. Show us on Class Dojo.
He's speaking like that. So now,
I love her attitude. Show me.
Prove it.
Come on, prove it.
And the problem is she can like read now. So it's.
Aren't you a little proud that she specifically asked the teacher to make sure she would not be learning?
Yeah.
I like how it's a problem she can read.
I know.
In my house, I didn't want that.
Now she's learned to read.
So she's like, prove it. I'm holding up a fake email. I'm actually holding up, I think, an email about today's show from you guys.
She's like, show me.
She's like, show me.
If it's real, then you can prove it. Show it. If it's real, then you can prove it.
You're going to summer school.
Hey, I know it's a joke, stupid man.
All right, now.
God, I understand the pairing now. Sienna's the muscle.
Yeah. She comes in.
Olivia's the mastermind.
Right. She's the brains of the operation, and Sienna's the bronze.
And she's like, get him, Sienna.
Olivia's like, prove it. I can read. The other one can't read. So she just comes up and she's like, I'll just kick your ass.
What she said, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I know it's a joke, stupid man.
So she comes in, and now
we got a problem here. I need to step in.
So.
Hey.
Ow.
Give this.
No.
Quick, prove it.
Ow, what are you doing?
I know how. Prove it. Shut up.
Oh, my
God.
So then she grabs the phone.
Are they waterboarding you?
She grabs the phone and runs, because they always know when my phone's out that there's a chance I'm recording now. That's the problem. I got to hide the phone.
What do they do when they get your phone?
Well, she grabbed it, pried it out of my hands, and then ran away. And then when I went to run after her, she kicked me in the foot.
Oh, man.
Which I was not expecting. And
I love
she was
that
wearing
they can get it out of your hands.
She
You
was
have
wearing
such a weak grip. A 5-year-old can rip it out of your hands.
So then things calmed down about 5 minutes later, and I wanted to just reinforce the fact that they were going to summer school, and this is where it really backfired on me. So, Ghost, congratulations. Summer school is going to be fun.
You sound so tired.
Why did you say you don't think I was exhausted.
So it's happening still. It's been broken down.
I just recovered. I put the ice pack. So, Ghost, congratulations. Summer school is going to be fun.
Oh, stop.
Why did you say you don't think?
He's recording. The
Stop yelling.
stupid shut up fan.
Hey.
Got it.
Is that the Mission Impossible movie?
She's like shimmying up the wall.
Got it.
Then she, I don't know what you hear here, but this is then when she punches me right in the balls, is what happens here. She just hit me in the balls. She's hit me. It's not funny, Danielle. Sienna, not okay. Ow, man.
You're laughing.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Sienna, it's not funny. You cannot hit Daddy there.
Stop.
You cannot hit Daddy there.
All right, you're going to bed right now.
All right, good night.
No.
Summer school. I thought I got to go to bed.
Good night, summer school, and I'm out.
So that's been around the Klein's kids hate him.
Klein's kids hate him.
Great, thank you. Yeah.
Shut up.
Klein's kids hate him.
Give me that.
Klein's kids hate him cause he's a bad dad.
Thanks. Not okay.
I'll kiss you, bro.
Klein's kids hate him.
That boy.
Klein's kids hate him.
Yeah.
Klein's kids hate him cause he's a bad dad.
What?
Want this on your radio at the top. Want to do the same on your radio. You are crazy, Dad.
Summer school edition of Klein's kids hate him. Quick break. Back in a moment. More show next. KROQ.
We love being followed by strangers.
Yeah.
Follow us at Klein Alley Show on Instagram, TikTok, and tell your aunt to follow us on Facebook.
Takeaways from today's show? Why not? Text them into us. 800-520-1067. After Green Day, wrap up the show, do some takeaways. Next. That'll wrap it up for us today. Good news. We got 40 minutes nonstop KROQ coming up in a few moments, and more chances for you to score that impossible mission to a show of your choosing. And this is exciting for someone on the show. You know, Postmaster Johnny doesn't want to be just a dumb phone screener forever. He would like to go on to bigger and better things here at KROQ. And I guess Nicole Alvarez is not going to be able to make it in today. So, Johnny.
Yes, Sarsky.
Your time to shine. You're gonna take over the airwaves of KROQ for the next 4 hours.
I'll make you guys proud.
Well, if you don't, I assure you, people will listen, and any mess up you make, any stupid, dumb thing you say, people will alert us to it, and we'll listen to it tomorrow and mock you.
Can't hurt now. But thank you, though. I can't wait, though.
All right, so Postmaster Johnny will be keeping you company for the next few hours. You're going to stick with Postmaster Johnny, or you're going to go to your other dumb name?
Well, I think I got to use Postmaster Johnny, because that's like the KROQ name I got, so yeah.
You're not going to go with
the dumb name? That's my real name, is the dumb name.
Oh, that's your real name. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Johnny Jericho's my real name.
But it's not.
I thought it's Vagina.
No, Johnny Jericho. Johnny's my first name, and Jericho's my middle name.
Please do 4 hours as Vagina.
Who named him?
And don't say anything about...
Who named him Vagina? Was that a listener of ours?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the YouTube, the Netbangers.
Oh, the Netbangers named you Vagina. Why don't you go with that?
So call yourself Netbanger Vagina.
We're good.
Vagina will be taking you through the next 4 hours here on KROQ, so that's going to be exciting. Tomorrow, I think we're going to bring back the Banger Boss to get you ready for Memorial Day weekend, so we'll be picking the songs. You can help us pick them as well. We'll do some of that, even though we don't have permission yet. And the funny man, Brad Williams, our buddy, Little Brad Williams, who now the best decision that man ever made was leaving this show. Brad,
Which has
Ali,
been the
and
history of more than one person.
Brad, Ali, and I started a radio show together, and Brad decided a few months in that he wanted to go back to comedy, and now he is a massive international star, and he's going to come hang out with us tomorrow for the return of Lie Day Friday.
Well, you know you're successful when you're developing your own hot sauce.
Yeah, Death by Dwarf, I believe, is his hot sauce. I'm sure he'll plug the hell out of it tomorrow. But more importantly, he'll be hooked to the lie detector machine. So any question you've ever wanted to know from Brad Williams, we've got quite a few questions. Like, is he happy he left us? Does he regret it at all? Does he think he's better than we are? And a bunch of questions about things he can't reach at his own house. So we'll get to all of that tomorrow for Lie Day Friday with Brad Williams, celebrity, joining us for Lie Day Friday on the show.
What percentage of the questions is, can you reach blank?
A lot of questions. a lot of things. I'm going to ask him, like, if he has step
We don't need a
stools.
lie detector for this.
Nah, I think we should get it anyway. It'll be more fun that way. So
The answer is no. You can't reach that cereal box. Next question.
Well, I'll figure it out tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a good day for you to get locked in on the YouTube as well. You can find us there. All right, the takeaways from today's show before we get out of here. What do we got?
Lots of takeaways this morning. 774. My takeaway is turtle sex is not as exciting as panther sex.
It's a great takeaway.
661. My takeaway is summer school. Good night.
That's all you got to say to your kids. Then they'll respect you.
That's true. 818. My takeaway is Asphalt is a great name for a dog or a cat or really anything.
Yeah.
818. My takeaway is nothing is sadder than being the third most important Kevin in a room.
I learned that yesterday.
650. Keep losing, then lose some more. According to Allie, that's her inspirational speech. And 909. My takeaway is Zoo After Dark isn't for watching banging animals. Oh, and then 213. My takeaway is she can read now, and that's a problem.
Jake, you got a takeaway from today's show?
Yeah, if you listen to our show, you're going to need ear replacement surgery.
Yeah, we did hear that. It's a crazy call we got earlier, but the kid needs ear replacement surgery just by listening to our show. Omar, takeaway?
My takeaway is that Klein is a 2-star out of 5 guy.
2 out of 5 stars. If your kids need help with their homework, I'll get them at least 2 out of 5 stars anytime, every day of the week. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is if you want to be successful, get an ass problem.
Got to get an ass problem. That's good advice. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out more of the show available wherever you get your podcast. Search Klein Alley Show. We will also be on the socials, and the Goatline is open for you for the next 23 hours at 844-956-GOAT. See you tomorrow. Stick around. 40 minutes nonstop KROQ with Postmaster Johnny. That is next right here on KROQ.
That they feel that that you know they feel that
Presenting tips to prepare for KROQ.